Just buy what? Move on. Next store? Wait, Omen. What about this one? Buy perks. I could ask perks. I mean, if you look, they have this kind of stuff that looks like shite. This is like 349, and I think this is only for like documents, like boomer clap. Build one, Lenovo. I don't know where I can get perks. So these are just like computers, not for games, right? These are computers that aren't for games. Micro Center. Go to Micro Center? There's no Micro Center in Austin. Should I go to Fry's?
Only $349, that's like 50% off. Why not get 10 of them?
Why only 10? Why not get 20? Touch screen all-in-one. Ooh. Touch screen. Twitch.tv. This is cool. I like the fact that it's touch screen, but this has nothing to do with the 2D or dual PC. So they only have this kind of stuff, huh?
You run Cyberpunk on that toaster, it's gonna explode, yes.
It's gonna explode? You know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add +1 viewer to the... Okay, +1 viewer. And plus watch ads so I earn money. Very good. Free ad, easy clap. I am going to ask about graphic card if they do have graphic card then, okay?
Tripods? Yeah, tripods. You'll find those in our camera section.
They don't have a lot of stuff, I see.
You can try Costco. They also carry computers for gaming now, not the best term.
But I don't have a Costco stuff. Oh, graphic card chat. Isn't this graphic card? Corsair? I don't have Costco card. Oh, this is AMD. This is power supply. No. Oh, graphic card. Chat, this is it. Isn't this graphic card? IQ H150i Elite Capellix. Garjo, number 3. months. $3. Thank you so much.
Fry's has been a dead store for the last year. They might have 3 items in stock in the entire store.
Really?
It used to be a good place, but not anymore. Your best bet is to make a trip to Micro Center if you are willing to drive that far.
Ugh. Yikes. To my right. To my right.
Pepega.
Oxygena, thank you for 5 months up. El Gandra, thank you for 4 months up. Thank you so much. Oh, 이거냐? 20. Chat, this is it. Z490 Gaming. Rogue Storix. That's motherboard? Fuck. It says it's Gaming Plus. And what about... These are all like keyboard and mouse and shit. So they don't have graphic card. Let me ask. Read the box. I did. But I thought it was just a new name for the freaking graphic card, you know? The thickest fork. Thank you so much. For the sub. Thank you.
Pop over clap graphic card.
Chat. This is desktop, isn't it? Wow, what is happening? Why is everything out of stock? It's crazy. Buy it. I'm gonna ask. Pogo. Stupid Christmas. I mean, in Korea we're never out of stock. Melody, thank you for the 2 months up. Thank you so much.
Yay.
You. Excuse me. Any helpers? This is it says it's a gaming desktop. AMD Ryzen 5 3600, 8GB RAM, 1TB HDD. Omen. Doesn't have to be super good. I'm just gonna use it as a. Look up Altex computers and engineer. Oh.
Look up Eltec computers and electronics.
Okay. Thank you, Time Pudding. Altex. There's one.
Based on what I just saw right now, I'm surprised that you were able to build Kevin's PC and not explode.
I'm good. There's one. Altex computer and electronics. 10 miles. Should we try going there? Jimmy Tur, thank you for 1 month up. Thank you so much. I just don't know the name, but when I see it, when I open it, I know. Yeah. Okay, wait. Let me ask. Try reading the box. Pogo. Excuse me. Oh, I asked the person. Wait. Oh man. Whenever I meet them, they're like super busy, and then whenever I don't meet them, they just come and then ask a question. All the time. Nice chicken, Jenny. Thank you. Hi, I have an issue. Okay, wait. Printer. Left in stock over 6 months. Thank you so much. I think we will be able to find it, chat. What did Aspen say about the computer though? He said like I don't need 2 computers, and then what did he say? Buy the printer. I don't need printer. He said buy Omen. He said you don't need 2 PC setup. Has Walmart a good... I don't know if Walmart has good pre-built computer. He said buy 3090. I'm gonna ask. Walmart stocks. I don't think Walmart has PC. I think we could try going to Alex Computers and Electronic that Time Pudding recommended. $3080 will work too. Okay. If they have 3080 or 3090, I can buy it and then I can build it. I can change graphic card. It's easy. I tried it. I don't need help. No help. Ooh. What is this? Oh man, this person is busy as
Came home drunk, very drunk, and turned on streams.
Wait, what? She came home drunk, very drunk, and turned on stream? She did? How would she do that? If they don't sell it, can I just take this?
Yeah, it just
She turned on right now. Oh, he's available. Excuse me. Hi, can you, okay.
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
Not the extension. Oh, wait. So one more thing. You guys have an operating system like Windows 10? Yes. I need to get it out. I have it on. Okay, you just wanted to buy the OS? Yeah, but I do need a license already, so I was wondering if I could find one that's not
Walk away? No, I'll weather rate. I just want to ask one thing. It's 1:30 a.m. in Malaysia. Yeah. Okay, so do you guys have a graphic card left?
Graphics card? No, we were like fresh out of them.
Oh really?
Yeah,
all out. I don't have like 3090.
Definitely not 3090, but yeah,
Okay.
we don't have anything. It's been really bad lately.
Oh, do you know where I can find those? Like where else?
Online only, really.
Only online, really?
Yeah, and then even then they've been out of stock it most of the most of the people that sell them. So because people will be like when they release, people bought all of them and then started reselling them. So you can find them online, but they're gonna go for like $8 or like $1,000, $1,200, like way overpriced.
Okay.
I don't remember how much a 3090 is, but you get what I mean.
Okay.
They're gonna overprice it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You guys usually don't buy parts in December? For weird scraper. Korea also. They bought all the PlayStation, buy everything, and then resell it. They only have this kind of all-in-one dumbass PC. Help Chungi. What is happening to her? Chungi is wasted? How do I help her? Wait, let me see. Thank you, have a good day. She's on a phone? Okay. Auntie is wasted? Okay, so we have two choices. No help? No, there's no drugs in Korea. She's sending a bad signal for cock. What? Let me see what's happening on her stream. Why would she start stream when she's drunk? First ban? Pulse champ? Wait. Okay, she looked wasted. And she
Hey! Bye, chat! 나 아무것도 앞이 안 보여.
yeah, she already has a friend who's helping her. She's saying, her friend is saying like, turn off the computer right now.
Save.
Wait, what? They're saying save. It says I hear yet.
I cannot do anything to save her.
1, 2. Guys, if you can hear me, Hog you? Okay. Awesome.
Awesome.
Alright.
Does that mean I have to stop talking shit about people?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Who is it? She's my friend, Tony.
아, 지금 이게 뭔지 모르겠어.
Oh no.
Here's a test. I'm gonna mute the Yeti.
Who is it? She's my friend, Tony.
이게 뭔지 모르겠어.
Oh no.
Yo, 7, 7,
I give you a
7,
million, give me
7.
Really?
7, 7, 7.
Might make a move.
Okay, right?
Yo.
Okay. One.
As hard as you can.
As hard as I can.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Wait, okay, what are you doing? Are you like, she's trying to use the second hand tomorrow. You can't punch like that, that's not how it works.
What am I supposed to do?
I think we're.
I'm charging. It was
Thank you,
Super Smash Donkey Kong.
Hey, everybody, You know, it's really important for things like this to do your research, to watch every single stream that you can. And today we decided to take a lesson out of one of our favorite streamers' books, and we decided to do a train wrecks intro.
And also, I wanted to make you guys feel like you were at home in an Asmongold stream, so I wanted to spend the first 30 minutes of this stream solving unforeseen technical difficulties and having a short-term solution that will probably not exist tomorrow. So, we apologize for that, boys. But anyway, what's up, y'all? It's me, Boy Asmongold. Today, we're gonna do the world first.
I'm glad that you said the thing, but I'm also very excited to actually take a look at Castle Nathria. When we do talk about everything that's happened in this raid, we've seen normal, we've seen heroic, but now we're going to see what the best guilds in the world can do once we get into mythic. We're going to talk about some of the new mechanics that we're actually going to see. We're going to talk about some of the guilds that are going to be competing, and then from there, we're going to get into the action and actually see who's
See
going
how
to
they're gonna do it. Now, I'll tell you something, right? Is I was looking at some of these boxes.
This is all
and
spam.
I went into this. I thought, like, you know how it's usually whenever you have like a.
This guy won.
No, that guy didn't win. This guy's a silver alert. He was
Well, I did some research.
So,
well,
Well, I'm reading Wowhead, all right? That's I'm reading Wowhead.
what Rich is thinking about is field testing.
No, I did enough floor testing. Okay, I did plenty of floor testing. No, these bosses are fucking hard. Like, I don't know what's in there. I can't. How many
Back,
bosses do
back.
you guys think
Okay,
you're gonna kill
okay.
today?
So,
Let's say by mid. Let's see. How many?
Kyungi is drunk, but her friend is helping her. There's nothing I can do. I tried to call her, but yeah. She's already on the phone.
I know I played games with Job, but I really
This guy won! So, fly to Korea, rage W, or else you're a shitty friend. Rage W.
Yeah, I think it's always weird.
Yeah, chat, I can't do anything. Okay, so we have two choices.
Especially in the new systems. The fact that heroic and normal look the way that they did. I mean, look. Imagine going into normal with a group of people who've been playing WoW for 15 years and then not being able to get normal done.
Shop,
Thank you very much.
either fry or
I lived it for a week. For an entire week, I had to deal with that. And then we went into heroic and somehow had to.
the other place that time pudding searched, or
Guys, this raid is badass. Like this raid, I do this raid and I think about I want to play Blood. I do this raid, I think about I want to go replay Castlevania. Like
Port-
it excites me, it makes me happy to see, and all the bosses are awesome. And I'm gonna ask you guys one thing.
wait, why are we effing? I'm effing hard right now.
That reminds me a little bit of train wrecks, right? We were talking about train wrecks earlier, but at the same time, like
He's werewolf.
well, no, he's Team Jacob. I think the whole like I like kind of like that gothic sort of look.
Yeah.
Women take off all their.
No, he sparkles in the sunlight.
Hold on, let me write
Sorry, I
this.
got distracted. But I mean, hey, when you actually do look at kind of what you're saying with the theme, and then you dive into the weirdness.
That's a great idea.
You end up in purgatory. It actually is purgatory, but you have a chance to actually get out of purgatory if you just get tortured.
Or Denathrius just throws your ass off the cliff.
Just like send all the juicy anima straight into the jailer's fist. But the only soul that we didn't see that we know is there, the only person from the cinematic is French.
Only person from
Actually, dude, okay. So this one, definitely strong recoil, but kind of hurts.
We don't get to see
Hurts my.
I would
excited to absolutely incredible.
No.
Especially after I think, you know, they, let's be honest, guys, Blizzard did Garrosh dirty. Okay? So we've got to see him come back. But I want to say, S-Fan, I mean, you've been playing a lot of Shadowlands. And I feel like you've been doing Shadowlands as much.
Back. Okay. Holy shit! Outside has no internet. Sorry about that. So is my friend Tony okay? Is she fine? Other streams are lagging too. No, I think it's my internet. And Deathstrat, thank you for 7 months up. Thank you so much. Yeah, she'll be fine. She's already talking to her friends, trying to help her, so it's okay. Okay, so anyway, we have two choices, chat. Either we go back home and then we do cosplay, or we do a little bit more search. Go to Fry's or go to the other place that Time Pudding suggested. So latest HK, thank you for 3 months, so thank you so much.
Go to Micro Center.
Go to Micro Center? There's no Micro Center. We have to do the road trip. Try Fry's. Okay, we could try Fry's.
Essentially nothing. I'm assuming because I'm watching movies, but
Home Center.
State isn't going to
Search. Okay.
20, 30 years, 15 years even. But the thing
Then
is,
I will. Wait a sec.
and I think first impression is so important. And in BFA,
I could.
first impression was really rough because the way that the story was
IDK, thank you for 2 months up. Thank you so much. Yeah, Fry Center. I cannot call them. I don't have numbers. So the place that. Wait a second. We could try Fry Center or Altex Computers and Engineering. No, not engineer. Altex Computers and Electronics. We could try Altex Computers and Electronics or Fry's. Where should we go? Fry's is made for it, so should I go to Fry's first? Altex or Fry's? Please call her. I can't. She's already on the phone. All of them? I'm trying to look for GPU or desktop computer. Closest one. I cannot call them. I don't have phone that has number. Do Altex. She's not anymore. She's not on the phone. Then what is she doing? Go to Altex. Okay, then I'm gonna call Uber. That heads to Altex, and we're gonna go to. Altex is far though. Okay. Erzangel Creel, thank you for tier 2, 3 months up. Thank you so much. 감사합니다. Thank you. Thank you. Leave her alone. She's farming content. She's farming viewers right now. Unless she does like stupid stuff like taking off her clothes or anything. Just relax. Stop simping. Holy shit, there's nothing I can do. I'm literally in America. Turtle, thank you for $3. And if she turned off her phone and then her chat is like, go to sleep, stop streaming, what else I can do? I go there and then say like, hey, Tony, don't know wall, what are you doing? Don't know wall.
all of a sudden they find a way to take it. And
Do you guys do this when I cry? You go to other stream and then say, help Junie, she's crying? Like, please don't do that, it's super annoying. Why is she crying? Holy shit. She's just farming donos. Relax. If she actually starts doing some weird shit, then tell me. If she's just drunk and talking to chat, then stop being weird.
What's the one after the two? What's the two choices?
Altex Computers and Electronics. Okay. I'm gonna go to Fry's first because Fry's is closer. Fries is 6.8 miles, so we could go there first. Electronic. I really wish I can find one.
It's a piece of shit. Yeah, and now here's the thing: if that happens, and you have
Wait a sec.
6 months of the best streamer and chat on HKSR.
Wait a sec. Let me call.
This is my favorite part of this. Throughout the entire
Lift.
race, you watch all the players go through and try to get down on the
It's coming.
and that's their domain. Castle Navigation is saying that. Right now, you can't get
Good.
into it. This is our fucking
So, we're gonna go to Fries first. That'll real thing every 6 months. So we're gonna go to Fries first, Fries Electronic, and then Altex. Okay? Call me, I'm crying forward. Yeah, Fries first. My driver is arriving in 6 minutes, so we can hang a little bit more in Best Buy. I do have to buy game capture card. Fries it is, chat. She's other than her dignity. Guys, you'll remember when I was in Austin. Super drunk, throwing bugs. Dignity mod check.
Now she's crying because she thinks she's not sexy and people want her to go to bed while hysterically laughing and fall into the ground.
Yeah, she's just farming. She's just farming LSF. Leave her alone. They only have stupid power supply. They don't have a.
Every time a boss dies, we're gonna blindfold Asmund. We're gonna give him a bat, and he's gonna beat the shit out of his Pinata. And inside,
Read the turtles, don't know. Ginny, I check Altex computer for you. They're out of 3080 graphics and don't carry 3090. Try Fries. Okay, so we're going to Fries right now. Good. I'll go to Fries.
we got every single one. Honestly,
I'm pretty sure Fries, that we check Fries and Fries doesn't have it, we go back and then we do the cosplay thingy. I have to get SIM card for America.
oh, dude, on a stats.
What is it? When the modem comes, I have to get 4 SIM cards. But it says it's unlimited here. High-speed 4G LTE data on your smartphone, on your network, blah, 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 blah. And it's $60. Wait, it's a SIM card? Prepaid? Read the whole thing. On your smartphone, LTE data on your phone on T-Mobile, if congested customer using 50 gigabyte or less a month.
over yonder. And I used to live in this one. Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Should I get this?
I still put up
And SFAT something on the mattress for pretty much
It was. I never.
480p. At least I'll have my phone number and I'll be able to call people. No? Isn't America #1 country? Actual unlimited data mod check? Good internet on the road mod check?
Dude, what is so funny? Wait. I'm just gonna make an observation. He never had furniture, and he didn't get any furniture in here until
Official bill differently. Thank you for welcome so. Thank you so much. Thank you.
What's her Kelly's house? Yeah.
Yes.
Like, kind of areas in the refrigerator.
Yes.
Wait, you're
You
talking
could
about
tweet.
this house.
He had a smart refrigerator. I'm talking about this house. As soon
How
as
about you research what you need instead of Pepega carding
and then all
random
of a
shit?
sudden,
It's a change bag.
it's true.
Hey, you're trying to stop my content. I did a research because it's all part of the content and adventure.
There's nothing in Fry's electronics. It's a waste of Uber/lift credits in Nostin.
Really? Should I just go back then? I personally think if they don't have it in Best Buy, then probably they don't have it in Fry's or Altex or stuff.
Check it out. 11
So we could just go back.
Obviously, the race has grown so much that there are going to be a lot of guilds trying.
Go
their
home and
best.
find it on internet. Feels bad.
Castle Natria. We'll be jumping in between all of the different guilds that we're covering, between those 11 guilds. Pretty much be looking at one pool, and then we'll jump in, check out other guilds, see what they're doing. We're going to give you a little bit of information as well, what these guilds have done in the past, new
It's out of stock. I already searched online before coming here.
a lot of new starts happening in this race. A lot of people going for
And when I searched, they didn't have it online, so I was hoping that they have it in offline.
probably going to be usually how
Data plan prices are a joke ignore. Even your mobile hotspot gets limited.
True. Most are out of stock. Then how do I play Cyberpunk? I can't play Cyberpunk? My Eternal Will. Thank you for 12 months up. Thank you so much.
Oh, is it time?
I can't.
Jimbo, here comes my
we
12th
did mention that we were going to
I
try
can't.
now we're going to do just that.
I can still Aspen's computer.
All of the guilds that are competing.
Play on PS5.
Guild Spotlight, and I believe the
Wait,
first
isn't Cyberpunk? Cyberpunk has PS4 and PS5. So if I get PS5 or PS4 and then buy Cyberpunk again, and then I can play. But do I want to do that just to play Cyberpunk? No.
taking a look at everything with the version, I've actually had the opportunity
Just borrow Aspen. Yeah, I think I could just borrow Aspen.
to talk to, but we can also see their faces on the screen, and steady progression, 6, 7, 8.
I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see a lot of these guilds.
Okay, then we will go back to the house, but probably they are doing the race thingy. Wait a sec. They're here. Wait, chat. DRB.
how much they rated. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see whenever some of these other guilds now have resources to be able to take on that schedule.
That is
How they're really going to stack up.
Yeah, I think that you kind of hit it on the head. We saw some guilds start to increase with it. It's funny. It's when you actually look. Last expansion is the first time that a race to world first was ever streamed.
Yeah.
That straight up, it was just one expansion that we had events like this. So yeah, we saw some guilds start to get that extra time, but nothing has been like this one. It truly does feel like it's been opened up quite a bit. And some of these guilds that are in 6th, 7th, 8th, I think the top 10 really do have a chance to compete here, Zach.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're seeing tons of people that are actually like just kind of stepping into the space, and also, it's like if I just look at the WoW directory, we see dozens of people now that have over 1,000 viewers, which is like at the end of BFA, there's maybe like 3 people, 4 people. Yeah, it was a graveyard or a desert, depending on how you want to look at it. It was not good, but regardless, I mean, we had now. We got,
Dude.
tons of people engaged
One,
and watching the game,
two,
and just excited to see it happen.
3.
You want to go to the next guild, guys, and we'll take a look at that.
Sure, we'll do that here in just a second. By the way, real quick,
4, 5, 6. Oh no, 7.
okay. So a version version definitely up and coming. And by the way, guys, they are doing their own event this tier.
Hey, holy shit.
So they
Hey.
stocked up on resources. They have an event that's going to be going live. It's going to be all in German language, which is German. And yeah, that should be up and coming.
Damn, that's heavy.
So, wow, we might have actually been able to fix the audio show that which would be pretty sick.
I can't hear myself yet.
I can't hear myself yet either, which is probably pretty nice. I wish chat didn't have to hear me as well. Sorry, guys.
Don't do
But, yeah,
that.
we're gonna be trying to figure out some of those kinks. You know, every now and then at OTK, got a couple of kinks.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Let's say that. Oh, I just started hearing myself right there.
So, we also knew, I believe that's where the echo was coming from. We've actually switched to our headsets.
What do you mean, is that weird?
Higher fidelity.
Yeah.
But basically, we knew that it would be a little bit weird.
How did your elbow go inside like that? No, I can't.
We wanted you guys to be able to make fun of us, the stupid streamers.
Can we also? Everything is working now, right? All the mics and everything is good. I just want to make sure that that's we're actually good to go. Everything's good. Wow. Okay, guys, can we please get some parts in the chat for our tech? They've done. Yeah. Hallelujah. Yep. Yes. Thank you, guys. You guys are gods.
Seriously? Okay, so we have so many crazy pieces of equipment to pull off what we're actually doing for this race.
Yeah.
Because not only are we streaming, guys, like, not only are we streaming, we are watching 11 different guilds. And we have all of the tech here to make sure that we can jump in. We can do Discord calls and talk to them, interview the different guilds. And guilds, not only are we also doing IRL content seamlessly in this event. So there are going to be a couple of hiccups today, and we thank you guys for actually bearing with us as we do figure them out. But we have an incredible team here who's working really hard on all of that, and also you guys are incredible as well for not mentioning any of the issues or not making fun of us, not saying that the stream is completely scuffed within the first 5 minutes, not mentioning the fact that the intro is even longer than a train wreck's intro, or saying, oh, fuck you, Aspen.
And I just kind of want to add to that, like, if you guys have been watching my stream too, like, you always see people walking around up here and it's this. I mean, these guys literally built a studio.
Lafo set.
So that's all that movie.
Our
is just that. So we got the best stuff that we could find and put together.
Please don't fall, Judy. Please don't fall. Please.
I think we're doing a pretty damn good job. So we have about. So I think that we're probably going to see. Do you guys think they're going to one-shot the first boss like the top guy?
I don't think
Really?
usually you expect maybe under some 5 years. A lot of the time. But if you think about a lot of the bosses that we've seen in recent history, the first boss is actually
I'm a pro gamer. This should be easy. You know, one of those gamer.
The Eternal Palace was probably one of the
Girls. Fuck you! Fuck you! Kids game.
And then we one-shot almost the next team, which is pretty insane. So I think that they could have something. I think also
Hey, the audience,
Are we back? Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
wait, I'm just reading.
Sorry.
Right now.
Okay, so we are going to go back to the place and then. Hi, bye. But you guys were saying that even BRB screen was lagging. BRB screen was lagging? Oh, Penpeno, thank you for 5. Yeah? Why?
you guys hear me? How are we doing now?
How is BRB screen lags? P91
Ginity, hey, the PS5 is having similar performances who's running Cyberpunk 2077. I would hold off for now. The game has a bunch of bugs. Could you talk with Kyle E? She's super drunk right now and could possibly ruin her streaming career if she's not listening to chat at all.
Only if it's in caps lock, because that way we can read it.
Caps lock. Highlight.
You're still connected to Sweden internet. No, this is NA internet.
Yeah, same.
Sorry, that's for me. I'm used to casting.
Any white noise?
So it's
so
loud.
loud.
So you turn it up. And it's not that loud. I like it.
I will check by myself. I don't know. I don't trust people overreacting, because Chad usually overreacts, and even though when she's okay, if she's not listening as a streamer who has been drunk multiple times, based on my experience, she doesn't want to turn off the stream. That's why she hung up the phone when she was talking to her friend. Because even though her friend was telling her to turn off the stream, because she doesn't want to. Now, I was drunk multiple times on the stream. People were telling me to turn off the stream. I didn't listen. Why? Because I wanted to farm LSF clips. Live hard to be. Stop white knighting. I'll check by myself and judge myself when I go back. She just want to farm, right? Drunk Asian girls farm. You guys should know that. Drunk Asian girls farm so many foods. They look drunk, people come in, always ask, wait, is she drunk? Waiting for something to happen. People are just sitting down there and then, she's drunk, something's about to happen, champ. People just come in. Asian girl farms. Aspen tell me all the time. Like, for example, I say, wow, look at this clip. It has so many views. What do you think this has so many clips and so many views? And Aspen is always like, because you're an Asian girl.
I would say without a doubt, he's the best at fake.
Kind of weird, Jimbo. What I'm saying is, as a friend, I do worry, but her friend who's in Korea tried to call her and then tried to make her turn off the stream. She didn't. Her viewers telling her turn off the stream. She didn't, which means she probably wants to stream. And I will go there and check by myself if she's okay or not. But stop white knighting when I can't do shit. I don't have good internet. I cannot do anything, and I'm literally streaming right now. I cannot see her stream too.
Really? It's like, man, I've seen a lot of guys and you got talent. Like, I looked at you up there, he goes, I looked at you up there.
And when I get drunk, please don't do that to other friends. I don't know if you guys will do that, but like, for example, if I get drunk on my stream or if I'm crying, I hope you guys don't go to Yugi or Tony or Aspen's stream. I think people in Aspen's chat do that, like, call Ginny, she's crying, and then he actually calls me. But when I'm actually crying, I don't want to pick up any calls. Just leave me the fuck alone, you know?
And he just like kept making fun of us, and I was sitting there and I was.
It's like, you know, two big old dudes that run a wrestling gym, right?
I go to soda.
Think of the stereotype, and this is literally, this is it.
Yeah.
Bad news, by the way.
I think we'll definitely end up doing something.
I'll tell you when I get home.
Yeah, well,
This is kind of different. I said I'll go home and then judge by myself, chat. Okay? I'll see if she's okay or not.
Wow. Someone is drunk. Wow. I realize a lot of people are lucky to have missed when Jinjin played Outlast.
Oh yeah, when I was drunk and playing Outlast, that was the worst thing. Rose is Hive, thank you for 14 months up, thank you so much. Good luck finding a PC. I don't think I'll be able to
Hey,
find a
Jimmy.
PC, I'm going back. Blue Dragon, thank you for subscribing to me, thank you so much. How much do you think you'll spend on PC today? Well, I don't think I'll be. I don't think I have luck because
So the guy goes up there. This is right after we got done with the stream.
what is going on with Korean streamers?
He starts doing
I don't know, just being Korean streamers.
lands on his face.
Play Demon Soul.
He said, ow, my shoulder.
He said, ow, my shoulder.
The best part about it was the fact that like after he did all those, I looked over and it's like one of the biggest posters that they have, sponsors I guess that they have, a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Chiropractor, yes. It was great, man. We had a really good time. And yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching that yesterday. Like we went into that, it was like such a, such
When
a
I
long
die,
shot
when I
for us,
die,
right? I mean,
I'll
never
play
done
Demon
that
Soul.
before, and you guys were so supportive and really enjoyed it. So I want to
In
thank
hell.
you guys so much.
Dude, I thank you too. I remember when I told you guys.
Denrod, thank you for $3.
Yeah, like the thing is with,
Thank you.
with this is like with a lot of
Ginny, I think this fan looks like he needs to take a trip when you go take a shit in really one.
I was doing all the same things. So, if they no changes. And, we try and do some different stuff. And usually I just try to go ahead with it and say, if they want to do something.
I'm keep choking on my spit.
Except for eating a book. I'm not going to eat another fucking book. I can eat another fucking book.
I still have the one rice in my throat. I don't know what that is. Hello. How's the thing going?
That's great.
Good.
Also, don't worry about it. Tips is freaking out. Yeah. Also, when he actually.
Oh, so I cannot PC stream.
It's the only way we can make this work. Just because they're wasps.
Okay.
It's the Nicolas Cage scene.
I was from Best Buy.
One of my stupid ideas.
I am from Best Buy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I thought that was like so funny. It's just like, it's beans.
Wow.
It's not filled with beans. We actually have giveaways in there.
Okay, well, I guess keep my expectations. That's great. So yeah, this is the giveaway. So we said that the beans that we have to dig off of the floor with like all the
Sag.
bits of carpet.
JCW, they were $3. Oh my god.
Yeah, I would have been cool.
Oh wow, I wonder. Can we get free chat for that? Oh, I just
Content ruined Sag. And also, the bad news that I wanted to say is Jay said Jay is kind of like
Dude, why do you have so many carpet beans?
doesn't feel that good. So she asked she's gonna rest a bit. Wait, so there's no internet right now?
Dude, I never know where Tips is right now. He's running around the entire house. Big shout out to Tips for getting everything in order, but now we're going
Time to
take
go
a look
back to
at
Best Buy,
Complexity
I guess,
Limited.
yeah.
We're obviously going to be able to peek in a little bit, see what they're doing throughout
Let
the
me try.
entire race. Look at this. We're able to
Oh
take
yeah, there's no internet right now.
And then on top of that, second place in Eternal Palace and second place in the Battle of Dazzle Award.
Just refresh. There is Wi-Fi, but Wi-Fi is kind of unstable.
Talked about Asmund. Do we think this is just NA's time to shine?
Oh yeah, of course it is. I mean, it's been 13, 14 years.
Back to Best Buy, Sag. Alright, it's okay.
Really just shows
Sometimes stuff happens. And when stuff happens, professional streamer figure it out.
true.
I could use my
Hell yeah, brother. It's an American game. Okay, I speak American. I play American. That's how it works.
Good old American Rep Paladin.
American rep paladin. Hell yeah, brother. No, but for real.
Why does Austin internet suck? I don't know.
It's cool, and I think that
It's not Austin internet, it's just like a general NA internet kind of sucks.
regions is a big deal because
They
was for many years.
got my
Many years.
internet.
Right?
But it's okay. I can use laptop.
Having Limit come in and take the top spot last year, I think was really
She
cool.
says she has
You know,
25.
NA, Omega Lowell, all this stuff. It's like, okay, well, now you got parity not only between regions, but also between guilds at the same time. And I also think that to something that you said earlier, having so many more guilds receiving
If I have laptop,
players and get good equipment,
go to Miss Kip's house? No, I can figure it out.
taking time to play the game the way that you need to in order to really.
Do you think they have here?
16 hours a day.
Exactly. I think that is going to be nothing but good for the race. It's going to be exciting, and again, I can't wait to see it. I think parity is.
Yeah, I think I can. I can use 20. I can try 25.
I think it's so funny, all these people in chat, man. They type NA Omega Low.
25 is 5 genies.
See that one? Yeah. How funny is that?
Man.
Who's laughing now?
So many unexpected things happening. Carrot Head, thank you for 1 myself. Thank you so much.
Look at the fact that he was able to take Nyaloka. That was a huge upset. But also think about that intermediary tier, that smaller tier, 2 bosses pieces was able to take.
That's very true.
So we already saw by the end of the expansion, which is a
Why
little
25
bit more injection into the scene.
Yeah,
How players take the time to
Oh, okay, go to your account. Is it far?
maybe even make this
5 minutes away? Oh, because I wanted to
all of a sudden, bang
see
bang,
if
2 different guilds are able
I don't know how long is 25 bits, but
and now that this has been going on for 2 years, who's to say
Not that long.
to have a dominant squad go all through the entirety of this expansion? Maybe
50 feet?
somebody else take it.
100 footer. Oh, okay.
I think it was Exorcist that got world first gold ante.
Probably not long enough.
Let the guilds take these placings, and especially at the beginning of a tier, I think that could absolutely, there's Exorcist right there. And they've had pretty interesting placings over time, but like they've done incredibly well.
Go to Best Buy again.
You know, if you pay attention,
I'm there.
WoW, and you know what the guilds are. This is a
Go to Miss Gifts and get it.
I don't know what Miss Gifts is. For people who are just coming in to see what's going on here, Exorcist has been a guild that's been progressing as a high-end guild. Like a lot of people that raid, you know what they use? ERT. You know what that stands for? Exorcist.
I have an idea.
These guys
Go me
define
Maya.
the way that people
Chat.
do fights. They define
Let me think.
the way that people see fights. And this is not a guild you should sleep on.
Man, I downloaded the wrong mod.
So, my plan was to eat breakfast, go Best Buy and get PC,
That's
do the cosplay with Jay, and then play Cyberpunk. But
now it makes
there was no PC, couldn't find any parts anywhere, because it's Corona and Christmas. So, it's okay, I already had a backup plan for that. If I cannot find PC, I was gonna play Tetris. But right now, I cannot do the PC stream.
Back at Nyloka, and again, a top 5 guild, and these guys have been competing for quite a while. And so
Go live
I
with
think
so
we could
the poppins for
absolutely
a
see a
while.
massive upset. I
Michael
think
Melino are in Norway, plenty of computers there to game on top.
don't have any of that stuff. So if we have one guild,
Well, we're not close. Like, soda popping would be like, Ginny who?
I think that could make a difference for something like Slushes. That could definitely make a difference.
You know what else is really wild? This is moving away.
I just checked Amazon. Android had RTX 3080S in Stafford Limited quantities.
Really? I could probably order from Amazon. Okay, give me a time. And then they have my internet line, so there's no internet for my PC. And Jay's sick.
Well, I think that one of
Not sick, but she's kind of under condition, which makes me think, which gives me an opportunity to ask the Greek. It's okay, Chad. But Jay said she'll be available at around 4 or 5. So, we just need to find 4-hour content. And what is 4-hour content? Outside. Because inside there's no internet.
So you mentally make the increments rather than visually or numerically make the increments on your character. You're continuously getting better at the fights you're learning to fight. And I think that especially a tier like
Oh
this.
my god.
It could be a very fast tier because it's going to be more difficult for Blizzard to balance it.
I have a design philosophy question for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel
So
about
we need to find.
that type of
진짜로 당하신데 7months. Thank you so much.
You know, I have Star.
So-
listen, I've progressed on Mythic Star Augur, all right? This is like two guys fuck this up, it's over. And
I could go to shooting range, but wait a second.
where whenever every single boss has it,
It's okay. I can figure it out. I can just come up with like 4 or 5 hours content outside right now, and then we can do that.
but you're gonna see 100 one shots.
So,
Well, we'll talk about the bosses.
I am thinking
But I think
we
it's fine,
could
right? And it's okay to an extent,
go.
but I think
I don't even know where Soda Poppin is. Soda Poppin and I don't talk. We're not close.
That's one of the things that
Oh.
is always really interesting to talk about, especially when we're in this a little bit of a transition period, right? We still don't have the real raid out, right? We don't have
Oh,
the
Greek.
real
Hello.
final boss out, which is obviously LFR, and
Hey,
it's
sorry,
going to be coming out very soon.
whenever we get the other one, I'll set it back up.
It's okay. I'm trying to fix. It was emergency. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll chat, I said sorry. I ruined everything.
Yes, you did.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Felt different than it did before. Normal used to feel like it was just a joke that you went and you got free, you got to play, and then if you were a single parent or you got to do it.
There's Greek. So
So
there is places that we can go.
Exactly. It was like, wow, that's a cool part of the effect. I don't know what it does, but it's there. And this time it didn't feel like that, and also the way that it dropped.
it did feel like
Like, go find soda and I'll get LSL tips.
yeah, they still active.
You know what we can do? We can just buy a bunch of Pokemon cards and open.
Last, wait a second.
This is hot off the press.
Hot off the press. So,
A bunch of
Yo, thank
Pokemon
you,
cards
Tom.
and
Thank
open them.
saving the stream once
Go to
again.
Greek's
We
place.
actually have some last minute Castle Nathria
Ask Greek.
Okay. So either these
Greek,
guys
ask Greek,
want to have
what?
a long race or they want to actually spend Christmas with their family.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I made it. Do you want to say hi to Chad?
Yeah, what's up, chat? How's everybody doing?
I'm out of content.
Oh, you're out of content?
Yeah,
What's
because-
up, guys? I'm just using S-Man's gym.
Oh, you're just using it for the stream. Well, I had planned to do like Easter and everything, but
We
it
pay
took my internet.
$20
Yeah, he'll take
Where's your bed?
Oh man.
This is my bed.
You live there?
Yeah.
Man, that brings
You sleep on this every night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smells weird.
Yeah, because I fart all the time.
It smells like farts in here, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's you?
Yeah.
So anyway, so they are nerfing.
This Chipotle that I
I'll be
ate.
honest, like
Yeah,
I
because
was
it was from yesterday.
bosses,
You did put it in the bin?
they're nerfing Hunter.
I was gonna eat it today.
No, shit.
I was just joking. I was gonna throw it away.
No shit. Eat that today. Dude, she's so messy, guys.
Not that
So whose
messy.
food's that you're running the episode?
Leave me alone.
Is that yours?
It's something that Aspen got.
Asphalt.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna go buy a computer
Yeah.
for dual PC streams, but I couldn't find any computer.
What are you streaming from right now? Do you have a PC?
Yeah, but there's no internet.
Now, the way that the game actually works, and there's that scarcity, here actually feels real again. People can't just enforce it.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Apparently Mythic.
Do you also open Pokemon cards?
Yeah, I know. I opened Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, so this Sludge Fist buff,
Did you do your workout today, Ginny?
No, I didn't.
$100,000 Pokemon card opening Pepe Mons.
they actually fixed those
Is that a Harry Potter thing?
Yeah. Harry Potter clothes. Okay, chat. So we have a few options that we can do. Options.
weird anymore, just feels hard.
Going to aquarium.
Nice.
That I went there before. It was super interactive. That place was pretty cool, and it's open.
Yeah, you're pulling up the
Second.
I keep getting a whiff of that food.
What's food?
Like, whiff. smells so bad.
So I do want to
I'm
say
smelling
we just
anything.
had up there a minute ago.
You didn't smell that? You didn't smell that?
Okay,
Okay,
go back to that, but I would be completely okay with
Second, you could go to shooting range again and shoot a lot of different guns.
Wait, did Tips actually?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot,
Point that out really quick.
Did we go to one?
Tabs.
Yeah, we did.
We need to revisit that.
I'm gonna get stuck in a range, dude. I'm gonna get stuck in a range.
Here we go.
Dude, okay.
The ring hasn't even opened yet.
Yeah, I was about to get stuck in a range. Okay.
Soda's
Interestingly
place?
enough,
I don't
it's
think I
like
can
they
go to
nerfed some of
Soda's
the stuff.
place.
It looks like they
Okay,
nerfed
so let's take.
Huntsman Mark on Baltimore.
Yeah, let's take a look at this, right? Mythic Huntsman changes for a slight nerf to the Mythic encounter, most notably the dot on Scent
So
Seeker.
shooting range and then come back.
Hey, you
and
know,
then
it's an
do
Asmongold
cosplay
stream.
thing
This
with
is what
Jake.
you want to see, right?
Second,
However, the mythic mechanics of Vicious Bolt,
Aquarium,
Pure Soul, and
come back
Shatter
with the
Shot will
cosplay
add
thing
other
with Jake.
challenges dealing with Sin Seeker
Third,
besides just the dot.
go to
So
Best Buy
basically,
again,
Sin Seeker, the
get
way
a
this
lens,
works is that
lens
you
line,
actually have
and
to
then
have
come
multiple
back,
people soaking Sin
and
Seeker.
then do the PC stream.
Sounds like you
Then
don't know
you
what
can
you
use
want to do.
immunity on it as well. But basically, the way this works on Mythic is that it's a lot like the Abyssal Behemoth fight in the Eternal Palace, where you'd have to have multiple players standing in the line in order to soak the total damage. And so you're going to be seeing a lot of Sin Seeker dots going out on this Mythic encounter. And it's not just going to be the usual 3; it's going to be many more than that. So, you know, I think it makes sense for them to be balancing this in a different way. This definitely makes a lot of sense.
Looks like they.
Mythic. Artificier Zymox reduces damage to the tank explosion, but adds slightly more passive damage to the entire encounter. I think that actually kind of makes a lot of sense, because the reason why they're probably reducing the tank damage is that, so usually in the fight, you're going to have the different artifacts that spawn during the fight and then despawn during the fight based off of which percentage of health the boss is on. But on Mythic, they persist. So because they persist, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for them to make the tank damage as punishing as maybe it would be even on Heroic, or probably how it was before, because you're going to have a lot more player movement, especially moving and organizing those seeds as well.
So they can literally affect it. So for anybody who hasn't actually gotten a chance to take a look at this raid yet, so basically one thing is definite in every run that everybody is going to do. Shriekwing is going to be the first boss. After that, you got a choice. You can either go to Sun King Salvation, you can go to Artificer, or you can go to Huntsman. All 3 of the next bosses that we expect to see, all 3 of them have gotten changes before the servers went live. I don't think that we've seen something like that in quite some time. And also, you know, with how the race ultimately does work now, I expect to see some changes actively happen while we are watching the progression go as well. A lot of the times you'll see that happen in NA. I mean, even back in the last tiers, we saw those changes actively happen during NA.
Let's take a look over here at Sun King, right? And so we've got the heavy increase in the amount of burst throughput to stop the one-shot mechanic, unleash Pyroclasm. So basically the way this works is that Kael'thas gains a shield, and you have to damage through the shield in order to break it and then cause him or make him not cast the ability. Now, if he casts this ability, it is a one-shot. So in phase 1, you're going to have to deal with the mechanic for healers, right? So healers going to have to do burst healing. So that means healing up the little crystals, channeling anima into the boss, and basically everybody just pumping as much as they can into him. And if you look at the Cloak of Flames buff there, we're talking about a doubling. That is twice as much healing as you were originally going to have to do. Oh, a damage. Okay, that's the damage one
Well,
as well.
it's actually both.
Yeah. Well, no, the damage one, it is both. But I was just thinking, like, I was thinking half a million healing. I didn't see damage there. Yeah. So basically, he gains Cloak of Flames in phase 2 as well. And on top of that, this makes the fight really fun. And I'm just going to add this as a little aside for Mythic. The Phoenixes don't go away. You have to deal with the Phoenixes for the entire fight in Mythic, right? After Kael'thas comes down, I believe, the first time. So you're seeing a doubling of the damage burst that's required in the Kael'thas phase.
Dude,
and then...
Sorry, I could tell that S-Fan was really excited because he saw the Roblox.
The what?
Roblox.
Okay.
Pog.
What roadblocks?
Never mind.
Okay, yeah, sure. And then, of course, the healing received also has gotten increased, and that is more than double. That's about, like, I don't know, that's like double and a half almost. That is an insane amount of healing that you have to do. And then on top of that, the Rockbound Vanquisher. This is basically they've nerfed the damage that these mobs do a number of times. So I think it's probably just a matter of tuning. Where I think that they want Sun King to focus a lot more around burst healing and burst damage rather than consistent healing and consistent damage. And that's just kind of what it seems like to me.
So yeah, as we keep moving through here, what we'll actually do with some of these later fights is we'll actually take a look at this later. We'll bookmark this, come back to it. I think it is really important to actually start to talk about some of the early fights, and also keep in mind Rogues got completely eviscerated.
Fuck them, dude.
Yeah, I'm all about it, dude.
Yeah.
Frick Rogues.
So I'm very interested in some of the multi-dot classes. I think when you start to look at a raid, I always look at multi-dot classes as being potential stacks.
Okay, never mind. It's not really a big deal, right? But the Hungering Devourer also got nerfed, and the healing from Hungering Devourer probably got nerfed a huge amount. I think that's probably because of probably them accounting for Mortal Strike, and they didn't really have that kind of set up. I think Hungering Devourer is probably going to be one of the easier fights in there for organized guilds, and probably one of the harder fights for non-organized guilds, because basically whenever you're stacking with Hungering Miasma, which is the debuff that allows you to transfer your health to the person who has the debuff that can't receive healing, you gain a debuff yourself, which makes you take more damage from it, but simultaneously not have that increased damage translate over to healing. So that means that it's going to be much more difficult in order to organize the damage and organize people stacking with each other, etc. But on top of that, you're going to be seeing the consume just basically healing for more health, which means that people aren't really going to be able to ignore it, and it's just going to make it a lot harder to deal with.
Yeah, it's going to be really crazy to start to see how these do play out, but also the mythic mechanics themselves are not something that we've actually kind of spotlighted on the stream. Some people probably don't know what they all are. We can talk about Shriekwing for a little bit, because the mythic mechanic for this is super difficult. I actually think that for a guild that is racing for world first, it's not going to be that hard, but it's a pug killer, to say the least.
Absolutely it is. I mean, so basically the way that it works, you want to talk about Mythic Shriekwing? You want to go into that?
Yeah, I think that we should actually, because everybody in chat is saying servers are up, and I don't think they're debating us.
Really?
Are you sure?
No, I don't believe them at all. I was kind of just riling
Okay,
them
good.
up.
Yeah, that's good.
There's no way.
It's 30 minutes, right? Is the expected time? Or am I wrong?
I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, about 30 minutes or so. Wow, the chat lied. I would have never expected that.
Oh, no, I trusted you.
Wow, guys, that's crazy. So let's go ahead. Why don't we go through some of these changes here, and then we'll talk about each of the individual bosses. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's do that. So basically, Council of Blood, one of the mechanics here is you have to jump whenever you have Dancing Fever, and it removes the debuff, and every single time you jump, it makes people take a lot of damage. So this is definitely a if you have, like, a lot of people in their raids, they have probably realistically a Demon Hunter who jumps inside of every single GCD because I don't know, that's just what they like to do. And, you know, now it's going to be a little bit more hard to do that and just clear out the stacks immediately. So it's definitely interesting to see this happen, especially this early on. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And Lord Starvos assigns players to dance in pairs for 8 seconds, longer than 8 seconds. Lord Starvos punishes you. Yeah, so this is also a very good decision for Blizzard to buff as well, because Dark Recital is supposed to be a mechanic where people move together, and oftentimes, especially in the lower difficulties, people just kind of move around and they just cool down through it, which again is not necessarily how the mechanic is intended to be dealt with. And then we have down here, we have Sludge Fist. Now, Sludge Fist, this is giving me I'm getting scared here. I'm getting very, very scared. And this is the last one we're going to look at right now, because I feel like we're probably not going to see anything past Sludge Fist today. So the rest of it isn't really as relevant to you guys. But let's just go ahead and look at this. You've got the Chain Bleed. This is getting effectively doubled, right? Because it was at 2 seconds, that's 1. Now 1 is, if you have 2, like there's 2, and then half of 2 is 1. And so you have, it's twice as much, okay? And so anyway, yeah, basically the Chain Link got buffed, and it's doing just maybe 150 more damage. Not really a big deal, right? But whenever you combine all these other buffs, you're going to be having a bad time. You're going to be having a very bad time. And Chain Slam, and this basically, pretty much everybody has to stack up on this player, and they all have to absorb it. And this is an increase, if you look at the damage change there, this is an increase of, I believe, I'm looking at, yeah, if I'm reading, let me actually make sure that I'm looking at the numbers right. Oh, yes, okay, I am right. Those numbers, that is a, like, what, that's like 40% more? Or 50% more, actually.
More.
It's a lot more, right? That's a hell of a lot. Then on top of that, you've got chain them. This is just more damage again over time.
It just seems like across the board, they just wanted Sludge Fist to do more damage.
They want this guy to be the wall.
Yeah,
this guy, sure. And he was, actually. And I think also, like, one of the things is that this might sound kind of weird, but a lot of the visibility problems that Sludge Fist had did indirectly add to the difficulty that you encountered whenever you were fighting him. So now that you don't have those visibility concerns, Blizzard wants to maintain the fight's difficulty, but in a more fair way. And I actually think this is a great decision for Blizzard.
I think that's something
unless I can't kill this boss later on, then fuck Blizzard.
In BFA, there were a lot of things that actually had things like that, and I think it was pretty much said that it wasn't something that they wanted to necessarily happen. You can even look at some of the mythic dungeons that existed in BFA, and it was like, this mechanic is hard because I can't see it. And you think even of what was it called? Shrine. What was the full dungeon called? I already forgot.
Shrine of the Storm?
Shrine of the Storm, thank you. Wow, I literally blocked BFA out of my memory.
Yes, I did that dungeon once.
That one was,
that was it.
It was more difficult in certain areas because it was just hard to see the mechanics. And
well, there's a gray mechanic on the ground, and the ground is made up of gray stones, and so you better see them, man. I hate it whenever visibility becomes an unintended difficulty mechanic. I don't like that.
Yep.
Well, I think and that goes not just for WoW, but for all games. Like, there's certain things that add to the difficulty of the game that are outside of the scope of what the game really should be, and it's almost like it almost turns into an accessibility issue. It gets really weird. But no, I'm 1,000%. I agree with you. Like,
I think fair mechanics that punish you for messing up, not failing to see something or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think making things fair is probably the best way to handle it. Do we want to go back and talk a little bit about Shriekwing, because we're going to be having this about 30 minutes until the mechanic comes up, so probably 40 minutes until Shriekwing dies. Why don't we talk a little bit about that first boss and get you guys a little bit acclimated with what to expect?
This one's going to be really tough for me to get through. Shriekwing really reminds me of reminds me of my ex. It's really hard to actually go through the mechanics of this boss. Everything reminds me of her. But let's actually take a look at everything Shriekwing. And this boss is an interesting one, to say the least. Really, it's going to be one of those bosses that just feels it's sound. So when I actually talk about some of the things that reminds me of her, ear-splitting shriek is going to be one of the first mechanics to keep in mind.
Well,
and also
that's all like normal shit, right? I mean, let's talk about the mythic.
Some people don't know the normal shit yet.
I know. I played with some of them. I'm fully aware of that. So,
and they were in your stream.
They sure were. They sure were.
The basic idea to this fight is you're going to have to use the room to your advantage. You're going to need to do quite a bit of pillar dancing. This is in heroic, this is in normal, to actually line of sight the boss at times. But then the added complexity is going to be based off of the sound waves that he's going to be throwing around the room, like that one episode where Mr. And also, you're going to have the boss basically trying to hear where you're at, moving around, trying to find people. That's hard enough because you still need to do the line of sight mechanic while not getting hit by those sound waves.
It's actually not hard.
Well,
like
it's going to be on Mythic now.
It will be on Mythic, but it is not on Heroic and Normal. Like, it's not hard. Like, the way it works basically is Shriekwing in Phase 2 teleports to the middle of the room. And then he puts a big red circle around them. And you go in a red circle, guess what happens? You fucking die. You're dead. That's it. It's over. You're done. Even on normal mode. On top of that, Shriekwing's running around, and he casts an echoing attack. And if that hits you, it puts blood on the ground, basically. And Shriekwing, for especially pugs and, higher density raids, like, higher population raids, like a 20, 30-man raid, this is a hard fight in terms of maintaining real estate. And as the fight progresses, you have more of that blood that's on the ground, and you also have to move out. You've got echolocation as well, which drops more of the sanguinacre, and that's, again, just more of the struggle that you have to deal with in terms of maintaining the real estate on the fight.
Yeah, I think the important thing to keep in mind is, like you said, there are one-shot mechanics in this fight, right? If you mess,
first boss,
on the first boss, which is interesting. So if you actually do mess up, not only is there the potential for one-shots with certain mechanics, but also you make the fight get more difficult because you lose real estate. You can, if you actually mess up a mechanic,
if you have one clown in your raid, that clown is going to turn the whole raid into a circus. Because they're going to be running around. They're going to be running around the pillars like woo, playing the Benny Hill music. It's going to be a bad time. And then you want to talk about an even worse time? Let's talk about Mythic. Let's talk about how this fight actually progresses. Now it gets into Mythic. So on Mythic, you have a lantern, and this lantern needs to be held by a player or put in a position to where it does not actually get hit by Shriekwing's shriek, basically the large cast that it does. And on top of that, if you don't have the debuff from the lantern, you are not able. Basically, you get to roleplay as one of my raiders, and you are not able to see the different swirly boys that are running around the room. Like, they're straight up invisible to you. So, again, it's just like, one of my raids. And, by the way, if you get hit by one of those, it disorients you. And then a few seconds after the disorient, Shriekwing teleports over there and basically kills you. So you've got to make sure that you get out of that as fast as possible. You got to make sure you have these debuffs and you're in the right place. On top of that, you have the mechanics that basically are happening on top of that mechanic. And so you have to move them around. And the debuff itself, I believe it stacks. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe it stacks. And on top of it stacking, it deals damage. So it's not like, it's not this easy solution of, oh, well, you just have the whole raid stack up and move around. Nah, bro. Because then people take the damage. So you've got this is the first fight of the raid. You've got to micromanage this thing where you have to manage this debuff. You have to know where you are. You have to plan basically your positioning. You have to clear the debuff, and then you have to make sure that you're not getting hit by things while the debuff is near you. This is very hard. And so I think that anybody who this is actually a boomer boss, I believe, right? Because you remember back in the day, you had the old games like Asteroids, where you would be in the middle, right? And you'd shoot the little asteroids coming at you, and you could tell whenever one was going to just barely miss you. And that's the type of mindset that you're going to have with this boss. And it's really, really interesting. I'm actually really curious to see how this is going to go.
I really enjoyed doing this one.
I want to see somebody wipe on the first boss. I'd love to see a top and heel wipe on the first boss. I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, we could see it. I mean, either I feel like this is one of those things where either like everybody's gonna smoke it, or people are gonna actually have trouble with it. But I don't think that's likely.
I think they're probably just gonna pop it off. It's not gonna be that big of a deal. Maybe one guild's gonna fuck it up, and that's about it. But also, by the way, little fun fact here is that those are the little balls there that you've got to make sure that you avoid, and you don't get hit by them.
I thought that was fun. So, I enjoyed this boss a lot.
Yeah,
actually.
The lantern. If the Shriekwing attack hits the lantern, it shatters the lantern. And if it shatters the lantern, it does a huge amount of raid damage to everybody in the raid. So this is basically, like what Blizzard is saying, is don't break the fucking lantern. So unless this is like in the last...
You just gotta respect the property.
You gotta, I mean, this is Denathrius' house. You don't just go to somebody's house and just break up all their stuff. Yeah. So it makes sense. But obviously this fight is it's a relatively simplistic fight outside of this one mechanic. But this one mechanic takes the fight from being a 3 in terms of difficulty, I'd say all the way up until probably a 7 or an 8. So it's going to be a massive difficulty spike.
It's one of those mechanics that is always fun to talk about.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the fight with, God, what's his name? The Mechagon guy. Mechatork. When you look at the actual mechanic of communication on that, it is a pug killer, and still your group was wiping on it all the way until like the end of the expansion.
I know that.
But when you look at a guild that has high communication, it's like, oh, it's easy, just call it out. And I feel like the Lantern is, in a lot of ways, a mechanic like that. It's going to destroy pugs and make it very difficult to just get in and get that free mythic loot off the first boss. This is not a loot pinata. But for a lot of the mythic guilds, they might wipe. I think this is going to be a boss that most people get down in 3 to 5 pulls.
Oh, yeah.
I expect to see a wipe, though, on it, just because it changes positioning, which is one of the most difficult things to change on the fly without actually rehearsing. Changing positioning and then basically being like, hey, the entire raid group needs to be here now on a fight that has limited real estate based on all of the goo that's being dropped in the floor. I mean, by the end of this encounter, it's probably going to look like Mitch Jones's room. So you really do need to make sure that you're getting in a position where you know where everybody needs to stand at every single time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, managing the Lantern is going to be a big challenge. The good thing about that is you can just assign some people to doing it. It's not like everybody has to have the Lantern, which is definitely a positive. But overall, I'm going to say this boss is going to be probably a challenge for a lot of guilds that are used to pretty much going in on day one to just clearing the first, like, mythic boss or two. I could see guilds actually struggling with this a lot because it's a fight that emphasizes personal responsibility. And I used to have a raid leader, and he said fights that emphasize personal responsibility are hard. And I think that, 15 years later, 13 years later, however many years later it is, it's still true. It's still true. And now the personal responsibility level is much higher. And as you can see in this fight here, you're going to see the red stuff that just completely covers the room, the sanguine ichor that completely covers the room. And if you have mistakes, and this is something, again, this is a fight that I feel like it's like watching, you know what it's kind of like? It's like, you ever watch somebody play a game and you're just like, oh, well, this game's easy. You just click on their head. And then you go and you try to play it yourself, and it's like, wow, this is actually really hard. I think this is what it's going to be like, because we're going to see a lot of these top-end guilds, and they're just going to completely blow this out of the water. But whenever we look at a high-end guild or anything like that, and the top-end guilds can blow it out of the water, but whenever we look at like a mid to like low-end guild, it's going to be a really bad time.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I actually think when I look at this fight, I think that this fight looks hard. I actually think that it looks very difficult when you're watching on the screen because you have the sanguine puddles filling up the entirety of the room. The boss himself is kind of he looks like he's moving all over the place based off of how the mechanics work. You see people trying to do the pillaring, and then you have the sound waves. I'm curious if it actually looks easier on Mythic though, just because if you're on a POV of somebody not in the Lantern, they actually can't see the mechanics, so the fight will actually just randomly look
it's
easy.
It's a joke.
There's nothing on the floor.
You just watch out. Wait, what's this? Oh, it's a bug. I guess I got hit by a bugged ability. What is this? So, I'm sure.
Maybe we can get confirmation on this. People in chat are saying that supposedly it's extended.
Yeah.
Boy.
I would not be. I assumed it was going to be extended.
Let's just check on this and make sure that's true.
Let's see. I'll go ahead and double check myself.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on Wowhead.
Blizzard with a longer start screen than we had for this event.
That is not good. That's a really, really long time. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and just look this up real quick and make sure we're not having to worry about this too much. I'm not seeing it anywhere here. It says weekly bonus event, enter the Shadowlands dungeon.
Yeah, it's the newest thing.
They could have updated it on the launcher, though. It's hard really to say. We don't have the computer right here to check for ourselves. But overall, like, I think it's going to be interesting to see whenever the raid does come out what happens. I mean, whether it's now or in an hour or in 2 hours, whatever, we're going to be ready to see it, and that's really what matters. You want to go now? Well, why don't we go through, you know what, why don't we try to knock out some of these other guild spotlights? Because that's one thing that I want to get done. You know, let's say that the raid does come out in 20 minutes. I want to make sure that everybody's acclimated and they know who we're talking about and where those guys are coming from.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about Lazarus Imperative, and this is a really interesting guild to talk about because this is actually a guild that there isn't a lot of history on in recent raids, but this is a guild that is pure history. This is actually going to be an offshoot of one of the best guilds to ever exist, And if you actually look at some of the guilds that are currently competing at the top level, some of the guilds with the best experience that you've actually seen, some of the best placings that you actually see, they're also offshoots of the same pedigree. So when you talk about this guild, you have to be thinking
We're talking about
Blood.
This is the old Blood Legion guild. They're coming back. They're bringing it back, and like they've got NA, and then 38. These guys have made a massive improvement. For comparison, I think my guild's like number 538 or something like that. So these guys, I mean, they've gotten back together. They're ready to take it seriously again. I think that Rignaros is raid leading again. Everybody knows Rignaros, and if you ever watched a WoW Rage compilation, you know Rignaros. And I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see how these guys do. And what I really like about this is that we get to see some of these old guilds. And I'm talking old guilds. And we've got, as I said, yesterday we said we had a surprise for you guys. We had a surprise. Well, we're going to get to that. Why don't we make that our last spotlight? How about that?
Yeah.
So we've got Lazarus Imperative here. And obviously they're also streaming their progress. And they're coming back, trying to retake their former glory as Blood Legion. Next guild right there.
I really do want to just wrap up really quick.
Yeah.
For people who don't know the history of Blood Legion, like this is a guild that people would actually be thinking about it when they were talking about who was going to be the first one to get those world first kills.
Absolutely.
And when you look at what Blood Legion turned into, when you talk about complexity limit, that was the idea of complexity limit came from a lot of those Blood Legion players.
They were the original NA's hope.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, so I played on Illidan before I transferred to Kel'Thuzad at the end of Vanilla and Blood Legion, and there's a lot of great guilds on Illidan, like Team Ice, and but yeah, no, this is one of those things where back then there wasn't the kind of support or really the level of interest, probably because there wasn't the level of accessibility that there is now. To the race. And it was almost like these great guilds where it's like, oh, it's like this legendary guild that, you might see a video of one of their boss kills or something like that, because YouTube was still relatively new. But it's going to be interesting to see how they do, right? And it's obviously, they go from NA to all of a sudden 38 for Ny'alotha. That's very impressive.
Well,
yeah, come off the bench.
Even with that 38, you have to keep in mind they weren't trying. Like
right.
they weren't trying to. So
if they're going full force into this, who knows how well.
And just to finish what I was saying about the history, so complexity limit. When Limit actually formed, it was an offshoot of Blood Legion because Blood Legion was deciding the guild broke apart. They were deciding not to be serious. Limit was supposed to be a casual guild. It was actually it started off to be a more casual raiding guild with really good players, and then all of a sudden it turned into what it is today. Obviously, they have the last world first, and now they're one of the top dogs entering this competition. And when you talk about what these players have been able to do in the past, what these Blood Legion offshoots have been able to do, when you look at Lazarus Imperative, yes, even though they have not competed recently, you have to be taking them seriously, especially with the leadership that they do have. But we can jump into the next skill that we're actually talking about with BDGG, I believe is the next one that we are going to say. And guys, we also do know that everything that you guys were saying in chat is
somehow
true.
Chat was not lying.
They are not.
The maintenance is extended for 2 hours.
Well, and let's be honest, chat. Hey, if I was you, I'd be like, hell yeah, because who's better at stalling than the people on this stream?
Yes, that's right.
I mean, 2 hours, give us 4.
We are in our elements.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's going to be just fine.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into the part where we get to roleplay as the characters on the desk and just pretend like we're talking to each other. Yeah, that's going to be great.
You know that we're doing that today, right?
Are we really?
Wait, yeah, it was actually. Wait, you actually didn't know?
No, I just randomly guessed it. Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, we have the whole thing planned.
Oh, good. Look at this one right here. I think BDGG. These guys are Golden State Guardians, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So these guys, look at the placings here we've got going on. We've got 14 in Desire Lore, 31 in Eternal Palace, and you see what a big, massive difference it makes whenever you get real support.
Yes.
You're talking about 31 to 9. They are breaking into the single digits. This is a guild to pay attention to. This is a guild to watch. This is a guild to keep up with. And I think if you're another top guild, it might be a guild to worry about too.
Yeah, behind the scenes as well. So Tips and I, when we actually went around and we started talking to all the guilds, seeing who wanted to be a part of our event, seeing what they were actually doing with their events, so we can make sure that we could help out in any way as well. This was one of the first guilds that we actually had a chance to thank you. This was one of the first guilds that we actually had a chance to talk to, and to see the infrastructure that they now have with that partnership, like you did mention, actually having the Golden State Guardians, backing them up, and seeing what's even happened with their PvP squad as well. Now they have the ability to go all in, which they didn't have before. Even when they were cracking the single digits, they didn't have that infrastructure, and now they do. The sky's really the limit for this team.
Absolutely. You want to go on to the next guild? We'll just knock them all out.
And one thing that I wanted to
Go
add.
ahead.
One thing that I wanted to add with them was I think it's kind of interesting to see that you have now two. I don't know if there's any more, but Complexity is owned by the Dallas Cowboys, and Golden Guardians is owned by the Golden State Warriors. So seeing like professional sports teams come in and get involved and support not only like an esports org or anything like that, and like have an esports branch of what they do in their business, but also take WoW in. It's just kind of interesting to see because you're almost bringing in like two different realms, two different sides of the world together. And I think it's cool.
So the Dallas Cowboys picked up a WoW team. How about that?
We're actually doing it the opposite way. We're considering picking up the Miami Dolphins.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, the OTK Dolphins.
Yeah,
I like that.
I mean, here's the thing. It's going to be a little expensive, but I think if we bought the Jets, I think they would probably pay us to get the Jets.
Yeah, I really don't think it.
Just run a couple of bounties. It's all right.
We'll literally have Mizkif run one bounty, and then we should be able to pick up the Jets without too much problem.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Jets, let's jet on over to the next guild that we want to put the spotlight on and actually start to talk about what we expect to see with these guilds as we dive into Castle Nathria. And this guild is going to be none other than Midwinter.
I got to tell a story here. One of my old raid leaders, he applied to Midwinter, and this was in, like, I think Oldwar or somewhere around there. And they declined him because he thought that a good idea for the application would be, since he wrote a really, really long application, at the very end of the application, he said, "Thank you all for reading this, and because of this, I'm going to give something back to you and, give you something for your time." And he linked a porn. He literally linked porn in his guild application to Midwinter during Oldwar.
No.
And I'm pretty sure they declined him. Yeah. Yeah, and so anyway.
Why didn't they invite him?
I don't know, honestly.
It probably just wasn't a good one.
Yeah, it is what it is. But these guys, I mean, listen, Midwinter, I mean, this is back in Oldwar, right? And at that point, Midwinter was already like an established guild. So you're looking at another one of these guilds. I mean, you've got these guys that are, they're definitely taking a long shot here. I mean, there's 17, 19, 43. We look at the different, with different scheduling and how well these other guilds have done. Midwinter's definitely they're not necessarily a top dog. They've got to prove themselves. And I think that's one of the interesting things about these races, especially now that we have so many more people in them, is the fact that you have these people. You have not only the reigning champions, but you also have the challengers. And I think Midwinter was previously a guild, that was a household name, right? If you were paying attention to WoW PvP. And not PvP, PvE rating and everything like that. And over time, I think that, other guilds have kind of passed them up. Maybe they've gotten a lot more casual over the time. And now they're coming back, and they're really going to try to, put in the opportunity to see how well they can do.
Yeah, and I think, and Rich touched on this earlier, but seeing the consistent progression throughout the different raid tiers.
They've gotten better.
A lot of guilds are doing this, right? A lot of guilds that are here today, and the guilds that we're showcasing are they're just continuing to get better over and over again throughout every single raid tier. So it's, again, very, very exciting to see what's going to happen. And, if there's some level of parity to it, I think that's always going to make it a little bit more interesting.
Oh, absolutely. And I think Midwinter, again, is a guild that, as I said, I've played this game for a long time. I don't remember a time whenever Midwinter was not a guild. And so it's really cool to see that. Do we want to go to the next one and knock that one out too? And see what else we've got going on. Pieces right here.
Right.
So the funny thing about this right here is that we actually don't have on this little this card that we've got, we don't have one of their biggest accomplishments, which was the world first Mythic Unat kill back in the Crucible of Storms in BFA, in the middle of BFA. This is one of those tiers that was a challenge tier. And, Blizzard's done this for the past 2 expansions where they brought out Trial of Valor, and they also brought out Crucible of Storms.
Well, and I just wanted to add, and I think maybe this is arguable a little bit, but weren't a lot of people saying that could have been the hardest boss or the hardest tier just in general? It just wasn't as hyped up because
it was fucking hard, man. Like, for comparison, the last boss did not die. Basically, you have the Hall of Fame, right, which is the top 100 guilds of each faction that kill a boss. And the Alliance Hall of Fame was never fully populated. I think there was only like 30 or 40 guilds, maybe even less than that even killed the boss, period. My guild didn't even manage to get it down whenever it was current. So this was an incredibly difficult, incredibly challenging boss, and Pieces managed to beat all of the other guilds to it. And if you look at their other placings, you're looking at Battle of Bizarre Lore, 3rd place. Eternal Palace, 5th place. Nihilotha back down to 3rd place. These guys have been a competitor for a long time, and it's one of those guilds that you know, they've been competing, they've been trying every single time, and one of these times, especially with a tier like this, you've got so many random elements. You've got soulbinds, you've got conduits, you've got the covenants, you've got the gear RNG, you've got the legendaries, you've got the weapon RNG, which matters even more. There are so many things in play right now for this tier that we could actually see a significant upset based off of just how a guild decides to approach it.
Yeah. I think that's great. Can we how many guilds in are we actually?
I think we've got, let's see, Exorcist. Okay. We did Exorcist. Yeah, we went through that one. Let's see what else we got. Fat Shark, yes. Which I really kind of like this name. I think it's a funny name.
Yeah.
And again, like, this is I really kind of wonder. I hope that we get to interview one of these players from the guilds, because I have to fucking ask them, where the fuck did you come? Where would you come up with this name? Like, what does this even mean? Fat Shark, yes. Like, isn't that just a whale shark? I don't know.
Well, dude, a lot of these guilds, and it's just like, this is just how it works, right?
Yeah.
You guys, ominous, like,
the Latin name.
Yeah, Exorcist.
Yeah,
It's how it goes, and it's cool, right? Those are cool names. But then I feel like with Fat Shark, yes, it's almost like it's the guys. It's very like Ricky Bobby. That's the best way that I can describe it.
Shake and bake.
Yeah, like it's very just like this guy's like Wild West coming. I don't know. I just think it's funny. I like that they have just like a totally like, I don't know, silly guild name.
Yeah, and like again, their placings aren't silly. We're looking at 4th place, 6th place, 4th place again. And this is another one of those guilds that maybe didn't have the resources to fully commit, fully invest into a race, and now maybe they do. And we're going to see, again, like these top players, we're going to see who's really number one, who's really the boss of this gym.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think one of the other things that we definitely want to pay attention to, we talk about it a lot in the race. There's always a wall. It's that boss where all of a sudden the difficulty is kicked up, and you're trying to figure out who is going to be able to get past that first, because it really starts to show who is a cut above of everybody else. So even if you see somebody in maybe 6th place, usually the difference between 6th and 1st, it's absolutely ridiculous. But when we look at the wall, that's usually where you start to see the top 3 guilds who are actually competing. If we see a wall happen where everybody slows down for a little bit, and then all of the guilds start to get past it and it's falling like dominoes, I think that's going to be a clear indicator of if these 6th places,
which guilds
if these
are
4th
actually
places,
serious about it.
Well, yeah, if the gap's
and
been
why
closed.
they got 6th place? Did they get 6th place because of lack of planning or coordination or skill or what, or lack of time? I think those really hard bosses are going to be what defines which one is which. I 100% think so. How many guilds have we gone through so far? How many are we at? We got 2 left. All right. Let's do one more, and then I want to save the big one, and one of the ones that I don't think anybody knows is competing this time. Why don't we save that one for last? Echo, of course. So guys, Echo. Let's be real. Echo's comprised of a lot of the old school Method members. We had the event happen earlier this year, and it caused Method to become relatively no more. A lot of the guilds, the players moved on to this other new guild called Echo, and this is an example of a guild that's really, really, really out to prove themselves, because these guys, I mean, they have everything to prove, because they have to show we are just as good as we used to be, and we don't have the drama, and we don't have the problems. These guys have the most to show in this different race. They have the most to prove. 100%. This is, again, like, and also Method last in Nilotha, they got second place. The, Complexity Limit beat them out. So not only do they have to prove that they're not a tier 2 org, they have to prove that they're not a tier 2 guild. They've got to go for that first place. They've got to really prove that and show what they can do.
So here's the truth of the matter.
Yeah.
Every other guild we've talked how they've gotten more infrastructure. This is a guild that has gotten less infrastructure.
Yep.
You talk about a guild now all of the sudden being able to get funding and being able to play more because now they actually have the salary to do so. When you look at Echo, this was the only guild that really had it at the beginning of BFA, because at the first race in BFA, I remember very well, we were all the way over in London. It was literally me casting, and Asmon, I called you on Discord. It was me and Hada. We were the only ones there. That was the first Race to World first coverage at the very beginning of BFA, and that was a Method event. And that event, already we started to see those players get supported. They got more and more support, and they didn't have to worry about anything. The Raiders just raided, and then they had a group of people that were actually working on the other stuff. Now, all of a sudden, a bunch of those players are going to be on a brand new roster, and they have to do all of that shit themselves. So now, all of a sudden, not only are you the horse trying to pull the carriage forward in the race, but you're also the carriage, you're also the wheels, and you're also the guy riding the horse. Man, I shouldn't have mentioned horses. I saw what happened to my good buddy Forsen. But ultimately, with that, there are a bunch of challenges that are now thrown into this event with them, and we're going to have to see if they're going to be able to balance that, putting on an event themselves.
Yeah.
Which you can see, even for us, we're putting on an event ourselves, the amount of work that we put into it, and we still had audio issues at the beginning of the stream.
Oh, yeah.
It is very hard to pull off, and we don't have to go into the actual raid itself. So I'm very curious to see how these guys do, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them come out maybe a little bit more flat than we would expect, because this is a guild a lot of people still do expect to get a very good placing, Asmon.
Listen, these guys have everything to prove. They have everything to lose. This is their race. They have to perform. They have to play at the highest possible level. And I really think that, you look at the people that are in the roster. You look at the people that are playing in this guild.
Scrapes in the chat right now.
Listen, bro, I've seen you in a number of world first kills.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of these guys in a number of world first kills. You guys know what it takes. You know how it's done. Today, tomorrow, this week, you got to fucking show it. And I think that's going to be what's so exciting about this.
Yep.
Is you see this, are they going to be able to redeem themselves and really do something special here? I think it's definitely possible.
I think the thing that's kind of interesting as well, so obviously it's difficult to run an event. It's difficult to do things like that. And now being EU, maybe, some of those kinks get ironed out today, and they don't even need to worry about it. Maybe they don't need to worry about it at all. We'll find out very quickly, but I think that those are some of the interesting things that we're actually looking at. Now, when we talk about Stripe as well, one of the very cool things that took off the last race in particular was this idea of having somebody run, a lot of the guilds call it air traffic control. So instead of having a raid leader who, I don't know.
I actually, I'm going to let you know, I thought of this a few expansions ago, and the top guilds actually took my idea. It's just, usually I would raid lead from the floor instead of outside through Discord. That's the difference, though. But I've had this idea for a long time, and I'm glad the top guilds are finally catching up to my level of innovation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you came up with actually doing split runs as well, and you just called them community runs.
Well, I want to help everybody out.
True innovator.
Let them get an opportunity to see the raids, see the bosses, hang out with each other, and all I need is the gear.
True innovator. Very, very much a true innovator.
Yeah.
But I will say, when we actually do take a look at what Scripe was able to do, to actually dive into what that was. I mean, Scripe, obviously a fantastic player, but one of his real assets to every guild he's been a part of is his giant glowy 5-head brain, and he's able to actually look at how the fight should go. And now we look at players like Scripe and expect them not actually to be playing necessarily in the raid, but to be looking at everybody's POVs, to be calling the shots, and just be telling everybody else what to do.
I think a really great example of what at that time Method was able to do is in Eternal Palace. Limit was doing pulls on Ashara, and everybody thought Limit was going to take it home. Everybody thought that this was going to be it. It was going to be over for Method. Their reign had ended because you know why? Limit was healing it with more healers than Method was. And Method realized at that time, and the people that are in Echo now realized at that time, that you could underheal this boss because of the way that the health reduction debuff worked, and the true challenge was the last half of the fight. And that was the damage check. And that investment of kind of taking that long shot of let's super underheal this boss because we know we can do it. All we have to do is get it right. And if we get to this point in the fight, we've got everybody alive, we're going to be able to kill it. And their investment paid off, and they got the world first. So that dedication to perfection and that dedication to having a strategy that's a little bit more complex and more nuanced around the way that the fight works and where the challenges in the fight really lie, I think that's really what made Method at that time a #1 guild. I think that their accomplishment in Eternal Palace was just so definitive with them being able to do that. And I think that's one of the best things that they're going to bring into this race, too.
You can even look to the previous tier because there are interesting decisions on both sides. I mean, if you actually look, when you're really looking at those two guilds, when you're thinking about Limit, when you're thinking about what Method did in those past tiers, one of the cool things is even if you look at that Jaina fight, both guilds, I think, agreed on a lot of things but came up with a different solution and knew that there was a chance that it wouldn't work. How are you going to handle with the ice block? How are you going to handle the ice blocks on Jaina, for example? Are you going to try to burst through the dam and get crazy damage on it? And you see these feast or famine strats sometimes pop up, and you only give credit to the guild that ended up making the right decision, when if the other one worked, which it very well could have with the information that was in front of them, the other guild would have come out looking
well,
like
that's what Echo's got. They've got history of the right decisions. And so I think that's one thing that a lot of these people that have reformed the guild, some of their leadership, that's one thing that I think they've always done a great job with. And I'm going to be really curious to see how that goes into Castle Nathria. And I think that's the 10 guilds, is it not? I'm pretty sure it is.
I think it is.
I think that we have one more special guild.
We do.
Are we ready to announce that one yet, though? I'm not 100% sure if we're actually ready to announce it.
We're ready?
We have another normal one.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look.
Good.
We've only shown you 9 so far.
No,
we actually already did see this.
Yeah, we got Midwinter. We're good with that, man.
Man, even our production stalling now. They fit right in with OTK.
Yeah, it's great. And, obviously we've got a lot of these. Oh, there we go. Oh, Eminem. Oh, yeah. I forgot
that one
all
we
about
did not
this.
cover. That is true. That is true. So Eminem Gaming, as you can see, they managed to crack the top 10 in Nyalotha. And the question is, are they going to be able to do that yet again? It's a steady progression in SFAN. I know you were talking quite a bit when you looked at a lot of the different guilds about that steady progression and starting to ask the question, is this a trend that we're actually going to see moving forward?
Yeah, I think inevitably, right, there's going to be a falling off point, right? You can only progress so many spots at a time without somebody else dropping off, right? So that's where parity comes in, and I feel like I've talked about it a lot today, but it's true. I think parity is something that's really good for any sort of competitive scene in sports, in esports, in whatever you want to talk about. If there's always a chance for somebody else to win, that's a good thing, and that's something that we're starting to see more recently in the competitive rating scene.
And I feel like with this one, too, for Eminem, this really is a moment. They better never let it go. You really only do have one shot sometimes when you jump into a raid like this in Castle Nathria. And, Asmon, if you get to that first boss, you get to that first wall even, and you mom spaghetti, it could just all be over.
Yeah. That's definitely right. I mean, you don't want any brown M&Ms in the raid. That's what it comes down to.
Right.
It was actually, I think I'll explain that a little bit. So back over in the old days, Van Halen, they used to have a thing whenever they would go to a new venue, they'd ask for no brown M&Ms. Whenever they'd ask for a bunch of them, and that would make sure that they had everything in ready, and the production and everything took it seriously. And I think that's one thing these guys need to take seriously too. They have to make sure that they have everything prepared, everything good to go. And if you look at their placings here, we're looking at 23, and then they go all the way down to 10. This is a top 10 guild now. And this is the first time I've really ever heard of them.
Yeah.
This is the first time.
Yeah. No, for me as well.
Yeah. It was because their name actually got changed. They used to be called PMA.
Oh.
So
PMA?
So
are
now
they sponsored by M&Ms?
They're sponsored by
M&M Gaming.
Marshall Mathers is different.
Are you seriously?
Yep.
Marshall, like
Wait, they're actually
What?
sponsored by the Rap God?
What?
Wait, really?
Bro, I'm sitting here like I'm thinking.
I was just kidding.
Yeah, I thought you were just joking around. I wanted to make like a little comment about
Yo,
Eminem.
what's up, Eminem?
Yo, what up, dude?
Dude,
Is
you
he
think he's
watching
actually
us?
watching?
Hey, Slim Shady, what
Dude,
up, bro?
yo, Eminem, I have a friend. His name's Mitch Jones. I think he's the
Please,
next
like,
big
can you
thing.
please let us send you
Just come
his
to-
mixtape?
Yo, will you check out our Spotify?
Just come here.
Or will you
yeah,
check
that's easy,
Spotify?
dude.
Will
Yeah,
you check out our SoundCloud?
Uh-huh.
Can you check? We have a wave. We don't have a SoundCloud. We have too high budget. We have a wave file that we can send you.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
that
on
is
sound recording.
insane. What is this? Eminem is involved with. Oh my god.
Dude, also, you got to check out one of our
Wow.
new singles. It's called Sup Y'all. It's me. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it could be a platinum, a double platinum. Please
Yeah,
take
We got That's What's Up.
Yeah,
Hold
that's
on.
what's up. That's
Did
what's
Eminem
up.
just
Exactly.
dono wall us?
I think he probably did. I'm pretty sure.
Well, your last
Hey,
album
hey,
sucked. So
That's out of
That's
pocket.
actually not true. I like the new Slim Shady LP too. I
like 'em
liked
all.
it. I thought it was good.
yeah. Also, I'm on your playlist, and you also added some of the worst songs ever recently.
Name
you've been
one.
on.
Name
You've
one
been
bad
on
song.
a crazy Katy Perry
Name-
trend that makes me
I
very
am not on a
uncomfortable.
crazy Katy Perry
No,
trip.
I'm telling you, dude. As soon as Pink touched your Spotify,
right?
I'm telling you, that's exactly what happened.
What do you
And then
mean?
he
got a
goes,
hold
he
of
goes,
his
no,
Spotify,
dude.
and he's like, no,
no, dude,
no,
it
dude.
wasn't Pink,
No,
dude.
this is actually. What,
I
what
used
do
to
you
listen to
mean,
the song
dude?
in
I
Wrath of
listen to
Lich
this all the
King,
time.
dude.
That's what it
Like,
was.
I
No,
used to chill.
I was flying
I
through
used to
Grizzly
listen to
Hills
the
and
Pussycat
listen-
Dolls
listen
and
to I
Grizzly
Kissed a
Hills,
Girl.
dude.
I love that.
No,
Yes,
dude.
I kissed a girl
and
and
I liked it.
it.
Yeah, there was a great song, man. It's like 2008. I had just graduated from high school. I was just learning, I could drive around with my boys. We could have fun playing Wrath of the Lich King, dude, just like what Rich said. And I was listening to that shit. Hot and cold, man. I used to love Katy Perry. What's wrong with that, man? What's wrong with that?
Every time I call him out on a song, he goes, dude, I used to listen to that Wrath of the Lich.
Yeah, because that's
what
whatever. Those were the good days, man. Like you wake up in the morning and you realize you don't have to go to school anymore, and you could just sit home all day, play video games, and your friends come over and they do the same fucking thing for 12 hours a day,
It's the
and
good stuff.
then you go to McDonald's.
Yeah, just listening to
while
Katy
listening to
Perry
Katy
with the
Perry.
boys.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Yeah. What? Well, you never did that?
When I hang out with S-Man, we listen to like Chicago, you know.
That's
and,
nice.
And you're just sitting
I
there.
did too.
You're just sitting there with Jeff and Reevy listening to the Pussycat Dolls.
Well, I mean,
loosen up my buttons.
But you keep fronting.
Why do you know the words?
Okay. See, at least S-Fan understands, okay? Like, I'm not afraid of it, all right? I know that it's beautiful music, and it gives me good memories, all right? I don't know even how I downloaded a lot of that music. I don't remember at all. But what I do remember is that it was a good time, and whenever I listen to music, that reminds me of that good time. So, yeah, you're right, and I've got plenty of other music. Izzy did introduce me to a number of good songs. I didn't know about the Blinding Lights from the Weekend. That's one of my favorite songs. I love that song.
I like that
I
song.
first heard of that from her, and so I'm going to let that one go.
Yeah.
Like, everybody thinks...
Blinding Headlights.
Whatever, yeah. Well, whatever it's called. I forgot
No,
what
no,
it
no,
was.
no, sorry. It's called Blinding Lights.
Yeah, okay. Good. You're confusing me. You're making me feel like an idiot. I wasn't even sure.
Yeah.
Listen, yeah, I hope that, Twitch, hey, guys, can you fix this DMCA shit so we can listen to the good music again? I'd really like that. Like, I feel, it's like, I don't know about you guys. We'll take this on a quick little aside here since S-Fan had to, I think he's probably going to have to go lift some weights to balance out the lack of manliness
he's
there.
listening to music with Chinny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Probably listening to Katy Perry. And anyway, so listen, like, it feels like whenever you listen to that old music, it's playing WoW and listening to the music that you listened to back in the day playing WoW. There's something that's really special about that.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's complete. And I'd love to see that come back. Hopefully Twitch will be able to get their head out of their ass, and we'll see what happens, though.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Laws change all the time.
They should.
Do they? I really don't know. I don't pay attention to the law.
The bad ones.
There's only
don't.
one law that I pay attention to, and he says to panda this.
Okay. All right. That's good.
I'm very excited, though, to actually see if there are any new stars that pop up from this race, because we've seen a lot of returns even outside of the rating scene, and we've seen a lot of returns. That's what happens at the beginning of the expansion. You talk about Mitch Jones, what a great comeback story. It's great to see. And now you see Rignaros coming back. Another potential comeback story.
Oh, yeah.
The things that you can't predict is the literal WH Omega lulls that come out of nowhere. Everybody's just hooing nonstop, doesn't know who the players are, and then all of a sudden, they are a main staple of the World of Warcraft scene. Do you think that we see any of those pop up?
Yeah, there it is. The mic's on. Awesome. Yeah, I think there are a lot of brand new people coming to the World of Warcraft scene, penetrating the top 10 guild performers. I just came on to have a carrot real quick, guys. I apologize. But no, I think there's a lot. So over the past couple of months while we've been preparing for this event, we've gotten the opportunity to speak to a lot of these guilds.
Yeah.
And one thing that we found out is that a lot of these guilds have their own events going on. A lot of these guilds have newly acquired sponsors to the point that's really never been done before. And historically speaking, the race to World First has always been kind of a 1 or 2 horse race. But this time around, you've got 10, 12 guilds that are completely stacked. They've found sponsorships. They've found organizations to acquire them. They have a financial means. They have a financial safeguard so they can continue progressing for 14, 16 hours a day and not have to worry about, oh, my God, well, what am I going to tell my boss? How long can I take away from work? What's my vacation time looking like? All that's changed this race. And that basically means that, the stakes are a lot higher, and there really could be an upset this time around. I know we've been talking about complexity. We've been talking about complexity limit. We've been talking about echo, pieces. I don't know. Part of me, there's a piece of me that says maybe BDGG.
I think BDGG is going to be the one that really shows some real promise here. I think that they've gotten the infrastructure set up, and they've taken so many steps between now and in Nyalotha and just in BFA in general. They are so much more established. They have so much more infrastructure. They've recruited so much more talent. I really think that this is a guild to pay attention to.
Yeah, I think that even more than the individual names, the thing that I'm really excited about, and Tip's somewhat alluded to this, now that there is so much more investment in the scene, trust me, I know a lot about investment. I recently invested into a bunch of Pokemon cards, and OTK is thriving because of it. But when you look at the investment that's actually taken place in the scene right now, we have gotten to the end of pretty much every single race, and at most it's a 2-horse race, right? At most there are 2 guilds trying to get it down. Imagine if we get to the last boss and there are 5 guilds all within spitting distance of actually being able to take it down. That's when I am excited about the future of the race to World First, and I think that this might be the first raid tier that we see that happen.
I think that it definitely could be. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, this is the time for it to happen. You have so much, and this is like another thing, is that you don't have to do probably like quite as many split runs now because you don't have to deal with Titan Forging and War Forging. There's all these different little things that you don't have to deal with now that you used to have to deal with. And you don't have to deal with the Azurite farming. You don't have to deal with X, Y, and Z thing. And all of those different levels of complication that are just basically removed. I think that's really going to change this race in a positive way. I'm very kind of excited to see what that's going to look like, because we haven't really seen a race like this ever since Mists of Pandaria, really, where you've got people that are just competing, and you go to the raid, and you get the gear, and then you use the gear to kill the bosses in the raid. Novel concept here. But, ever since Tier 14, we've seen some degree of muddying the waters. We've seen extra item levels be attached to items, especially weapons. That's very impactful in Throne of Thunder. And in what was it, Siege of Orgrimmar is the same thing. And so now we're seeing everything be equal in that way. We're seeing a lot of that RNG kind of go away. And what is that going to mean? We'll have to see.
Absolutely. And because we have so many guilds that could potentially crack that top 10, top 5, because this is slated to be one of the closest races in World of Warcraft history, at least that's what we expect, we've actually taken the time to put together some very special content covering these guilds in the event that some of these lesser-known guilds do shoot forward. You guys at least have an idea of who they are, what they're about, where they come from. Jamie, can you pull that up real quick for us? The guild spotlight, starting off. I'm sorry, Jacob, could you pull that up?
Did you just call Jacob Jamie?
That's good.
My bad. Sorry, too many podcasts. But yeah, Jacob, if you could pull up the guild spotlight for the day, the video that we've gotten prepared for you guys. It's one of many that we've been working on behind the scenes to spotlight some of these guilds, give you some background information, tell the story, if you will, of each of these guilds heading into this race. And believe me, some of these stories are absolute nail biters. So we're going to have Jacob go ahead and pull up the first spotlight video of the day, because they are the reigning world champions, because they are the Lions of Azeroth. We will begin with them, and that is the story of Complexity Limit here in just a second.
Hey guys, I'm Zyronic. I'm part of Complexity Limit. Been in the guild pretty much since it was started, and just here to hang out.
I'm Tags from Complexity Limit. Also been around since it started.
Hey, my name is Atlas. I'm in Complexity Limit, and I joined the guild just before BFA launched, and I've been waiting here since.
Basically, it was born out of Blood Legion dying. The original guild leader of Limit, which is Truefire, wanted to start a more casual guild. So actually, the original intent of the guild was to be a step back from the hardcore rating that Blood Legion did. It was really just a combination of a bunch of people from a bunch of different guilds. But we actually mostly all met originally on WildStar. Then we kind of just started increasing our hours every tier, that sort of thing, and kept doing better.
The great thing about Limit is like every single player in Limit at the time, and still now, was an insanely good player. And even if the goal off the offset wasn't to go for World First, it was still fun to play with people who are really good at the game.
Our original goal was actually top 20 world, so not like totally casual by any means, but it was definitely like a step back from Blood Legion. We ended up getting like world 7th, so quite above our original goal, and that's kind of what slingshot us to like keep going harder. The TOS one was definitely our low point because we got banned a third time in the middle of the tier, so we couldn't really do it.
I think what actually ended up happening is that it kind of brought people together even more because we wanted to like get back together and prove to people how good we were. And even though we ended up getting banned for like a third time in Tomb of Sargeras, we took two and a half weeks off of progress, and we still ended up getting US first, which kind of just enforced how good we were as a guild even more moving forward.
I remember vividly the emotions from that specific pull. You can hear everybody, like it was like thunderous, the noise that was coming like through the center basically. It finally validified our like status as the best guild in the world. Being with there's like a certain level of camaraderie where you can kind of like all ride that high together.
Yeah, I mean, our expectations are, we definitely want to get world first. It would be a disappointment to get anything else.
Let it be known that the last time that we won wasn't some off-chance fluke or anything like that. We really want to set the message here that, we deserve world first, and we're going to win even harder than we did before, which is going to be kind of difficult.
Honestly, yeah, just staying at the top, that's really all there is to it. We got here, and I don't think the plan is to go on another 8-year drought like we did last time.
I am glad that we started off with that one. Obviously, when you talk about guilds right now, this is going to be one of the first guilds that you want to talk about based off of their performance in the last tier and based off of everything that we saw throughout the expansion. But also, it is interesting because you talk about the fact that, first of all, they played WildStar in the first place, which I always think is an interesting thing to hear. But on top of that, it's a guild that came out of the legacy of Blood Legion. And we have another guild that comes out of that legacy. We're going to be talking about that guild. We're going to be talking about everything that the race has in store for us. But first, we got to jump to this quick break. And when we return, we're going to dive in to all of the details.
See you guys in a bit. All right. Can they hear us? Oh, hey.
I don't think they can hear us.
Okay, you can keep us, but can they hear us right now?
One thing I get asked a lot is what inspires me. Looking at different things that catch my eye, color combination or a pattern.
My name is Kimberly Margarita, and I'm a makeup artist.
Fight as Link, Zelda, and other legendary heroes to protect the kingdom of Hyrule. Use their special abilities to battle hordes of enemies in fierce combat. Can you save Hyrule from the impending calamity? Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. Available now. Game rated T for teen.
Your hands on my tit here a little bit. Nice. So guys, we're all looking to kill the epic boss.
So how do you feel about the
Remember that one time you got the proto Drake?
Yeah. And then you went to make the Minecraft video. Remember that, dude?
Okay, guys. Alright, guys.
Do you remember that one time you watched the clip and you went...
That's every clip.
Yeah, I like that. I like when you do
That's
that.
how he remembers it.
Fuck you guys. Yeah, so anyway, so the World of Warcraft guys, new bosses are going to be killed today. It's going to be big.
That is
Bosses
absolutely
will
correct.
be killed.
Do you know what raid we're doing?
Yeah, I know.
What is it?
It's the epic raid.
There it is, dude.
It's the
Yes,
epic raid
man.
with epic loot, guys.
It is very, very epic.
It's
this time.
epic.
It's gonna be crazy,
excited.
dude. Who do you think is gonna win?
I think who's gonna win is that one team that I've really been looking. They've inspired me. Bofa.
Both of these nuts! Oh my god! Dude, you're such an idiot!
understand. Like, he should have known. Of all people, Greek should have known that. I don't understand. Okay, all right.
Oh
you
my
know,
god.
It is what it is, all right, guys? Listen, we've got time to kill. The raid doesn't come out for another hour and a half. So we've got probably at least 3 more
Hour
Bofa
and a
jokes at
half?
this time.
Are you
We've got a lot more
kidding me?
Bofa jokes.
I'll
It's
never
gonna be
make
a good
another
time.
one again. I just peaked.
For-
I actually just peaked.
That was a pretty good
That
one,
was
to be
actually
fair.
the best
It's a
one
very
I've
good
ever
one.
had.
Yeah, it's true. But listen, guys. What we're doing here? Oh, there we go. All right, yeah, we're
All right,
good
there we
now.
go. Yeah, one of the main reasons that we're going to be switching through a few of the scenes right now, we're testing out everything on our end. We knew that the raid was going to take a little while to come up, and now we have a pretty good idea of how a lot of the stuff works, so we're pretty excited for that. We're pretty excited to do everything that we're going to do today. I was actually thinking, now this is a genuine question.
Yes.
We could talk about the raid a little bit more before we get in.
Yeah.
Or we could do one of the special events that we have planned for today.
Oh, really? That sounds like a lot of work.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the raid, and we're going to talk about everything that's coming up in the raid. We're not going to throw another spanner into the works here. So obviously, it's going to take a little while.
How about this? Let's just say, I knew you were going to say that. We got something queued up, and in hopefully around 30 to 45 minutes, it'll be ready for us.
Well, isn't that nice?
Oh, so honestly, you know the best way to just get rid of 30 or 45 minutes?
Kiss.
You're just kidding, right?
Oh, yeah, totally kidding. Sorry, just, trying to be funny for the stream.
Unless.
Okay.
I was going to say just.
What were you thinking, Rich? What were you thinking?
I was literally just going to say have Asmund react to a 2-minute video. That was my joke.
That actually is not a joke, though. So that's not a joke. It's just funny on its own. Yeah, everybody knows. Listen, the thing is with reacting to videos, this is like my Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is that now I get to spend the entire stream reacting. Like, that's really what it is. Like, people ask me, like, all the time. I told people, like, wow, so you're competing? I'm like, no, I'm not competing. I'm just watching the people that compete. No, of course I'm not actually competing. I suck. And every single person has asked me that exact same thing. So, yeah, I'm completely in my element.
I commentated esports for like 5 years, probably 4 years before we had casted together for the first time. Sat down next to you, and I was like, damn, dude, you really have you have a real talent for doing play-by-play. And you're like, dude, this shit's just reacting, man. And it's just like, you naturally had been practicing to be a play-by-play caster for years without even knowing it. So I think that it's going to be really fun once we actually do see what all the guilds are up to. We get to watch them wipe, which I know is going to be enjoyable for you after wiping in the normal version of this raid for such a long time.
It's still hard. I told you guys it was hard.
Well, no, so I don't know if you guys knew, Asmund actually wiped on purpose just to be able to cast wipes.
Well, I wanted
better.
to build up the suspense for people to know that the raid was hard. Because if we just went in there and one-shot all the bosses, nobody would be hyped up for the race. Because everybody would just know what was going to happen. So, of course, I had to wipe on the bosses.
Are you pointing to where you're going to put your cap on? The new OTK cap?
The new OTK cap? What are you talking about, Rich?
Yeah, what? If you're going to cap Asmund, you may as well do it in an OTK cap.
What?
Only
we have
$24.99.
OTK caps? Wait, Rich, I think you're already wearing one.
No cap, except on my head.
Oh my god. At least there's something on top of your head.
The fuck?
Dude, are you kidding me right now? Actually, look at how much hair I have.
Look down. Okay.
Yeah, further. Yeah, don't be shy.
Wait a minute. No, because the headphones mess up my hair. No, see, look at that. Looks great.
Listen, me and Zach get a break, you know what I'm saying?
Did you know you had that?
Wait, I think it's actually because of the headphones.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah. I said the same. I said the same thing, and Asmund literally said to me, "Dude, if my hair looked like yours, dude, I'd do something."
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do something about it. And for me, usually I just wear a beanie. So problem solved. There
You
go.
actually hurt my feelings.
What?
Do you remember what?
Well,
after Allcraft,
and you changed something, so you're welcome.
Yeah, after Allcraft, I dropped something and I picked it up, and he was like, "Oh my god." He's like, "Your hair looks terrible."
There was this one guy's video that I was reacting to, and I didn't like him. And he bent down in the video, and he had a bald spot. And I went back, and I played it, and I paused it on the bald spot. And I didn't make a comment about the bald spot at all. I was just talking about what he said in the video.
Yeah.
And I left it there for like 3 minutes.
You invented that meta, reacting to your own videos.
Well,
is that why Preach doesn't come on here? Is that why he didn't want to come on here?
well, no, because now he's got hair. Remember, he got the
That's
hair
true.
transplant.
That's
Yeah, we
true.
can't forget about. I just, dude, ever since Preach got the hair transplant, I remember we brought him on Allcraft. I was so glad. I had so many questions to ask. It's like his head is a chia pet.
Well, that's probably gone now. Yeah, you just missed it, and then your head gets smooth again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody with smooth head, smooth brains in the chat?
About 84,000.
Smooth head.
It's about right. And yeah, do you guys think it's time
For you to get
For
a
us-
hair transplant?
No, I was thinking about something else. Actually,
What were you thinking
I
of?
was thinking about the 11th Guild.
The 11th Guild?
The 11th Guild
The
that we
11th
haven't
Guild?
mentioned yet, that we've been teasing for quite some time.
Well, I think I absolutely agree. I think it's a good idea to talk about them. But before we do, maybe we take some guesses from the chat, potentially.
Okay.
I
Some
hate
channel
that.
points. Maybe we open up the tables, you know what I'm
I
saying?
hate that. That's like what they do on like The View.
The View.
You ever watch that show?
I thought OTK
That's
was
the
View
one
for
where
boys.
it's like the women, they're like on the table.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and their show's not called the Round Table, but they actually have a round table.
Okay.
I'm just saying, maybe we could take at least one thing from The View.
I mean, I was told OTK was the View for guys. That's why I joined. So,
Okay. Let's see. So we've
What
got
a
some
terrible brand.
we got some
The
options.
View for guys.
Apes Club Camel. We got a few Panda. This. Indestructible guys. Listen. You know, my guild, we're pretty busy. Like, we were thinking about competing this time, but it turns out we just didn't really have the time for it. And maybe next time we'll see what happens. Okay, guys. So
Dude,
yeah.
I mean, Eminem has a guild now. I'm trying to think, who else
Yeah.
would you want to have a guild? Like, if you could pick somebody to be the figurehead of a guild, who would you pick?
Donald Trump.
I think that would be probably. I'm trying to think what kind of guild.
Stop the pulls. Stop the pulls.
Stop the pulls. Stop the bosses. Stop the bosses. Yeah, that would have been great, man. Yeah, Morgan Freeman is another good one. I like that answer.
Wow,
as well.
imagine Morgan Freeman's guild and,
Yeah.
and him voicing
Speak.
over
Him
the world
being the
first
radio.
guild.
Don't cry, boy,
that would be
speak
insane.
about
Have you
your
ever watched
gang.
Through the Wormhole? Yes, I love Through the Wormhole, and it basically takes a scientific principle and goes, when I was a child, and he explains it to his grandma.
And there was a well.
Yeah,
He threw the thing
Whoa,
down the
hold
well.
your
What
horses
would that
there.
Be like if it was
It
a
seems
black
the
hole and-
cat has got our
yeah.
friend here's tongue. I was thinking Mr. Williamson could have a word.
Terry Crews. Mister, I told all of you. I don't know nothing. Okay? They ain't no friends of mine. I just been ridden with them for a while.
Horseshit. You see, we heard that part, so how about you tell the truth? That's what you want me to do.
Hurt him, so the next time he opens his mouth, it is to tell us what is going on. Ah, who am I kidding? One of O'Driscoll's boys couldn't open his mouth, but he'd tell a lie. Screw it. Let's just have some fun. Geld him.
Yeah. What's he doing? Where's he going?
Oh, don't worry. You're only balls, boy. Just gonna cause you trouble. You know, in Imperial Rome, eunuchs was among the happiest and most loyal of courtiers.
No, you're kidding me, right?
Of course.
You sick bastards! Oh, what do you want from me?
Well, you are gonna talk. The only question is now or after we got these little fellas off.
Okay, listen. I know where O'Driscoll's holed up, and you're right. He don't like you any more than you like him. He's at 6 Point Cabin. I'll take you there. Serious, I don't like him. I mean, I like him even less than I like you, no offense.
Oh, none taken.
Okay then, partner. Why don't you take a few of us up there right now?
I got this, Dutch. Should be fun. All right, you. Come on.
Let's go. Let's both hope you ain't trying to trick us, O'Driscoll.
I ain't no O'Driscoll.
You sure as shit was. John, Phil, come here. We got a social call needs making. Where we heading?
Up into the hills behind Valentine. Well, I'll show you.
John, you take this little rattlesnake with you. Any nonsense, you kill him. Sure. You're gonna pay your buddies our respects.
He taking us to Colm?
That's what he says. Come on.
I'm taking you to him. Look, I'll give you more directions when we're close. But if I know where we are, it's up past Valentine.
All right, I'll lead.
Passing you.
Okay!
I'm telling you, man. I was talking to Cedu about this the other night. I was like, hey.
Oh!
Sharing saddle with an O'Driscoll. Who'd have thought?
How many times I gotta say it? No, I ain't an O'Driscoll.
Where's my fucking gun?
You sure look like one, and you smell like... God damn. You smell like one, too.
I smell like horse shit.
That's right. Boy, are you hot.
Get back on the horse, come on!
Right way.
Where's my fucking gun? Is that my horse? I thought I lost my horse.
Yep.
Watch it, big loud.
What are you doing?
Coming past.
Go on!
Yeah, but like, it makes us feel better about it, right?
Morgan,
Not as bad.
you got throwing knives in your saddlebag. Dud said that you might... I was asked to give them, and I'm doing you the further courtesy of telling you about it.
Next time you want to give me something, how about you give it to me instead of hiding it something?
No, there was the, basically, there was, are you hungry? Yeah.
Where? Hoping the opportunity comes up to mention it.
Last goddamn favor I do you.
Hey! Hey! If I got my bearings, it's over here. Yeah, I know this country. Take this track up through the rocks.
Morgan, you didn't tell me what the O'Driscoll smelled like before you asked me to ride with him.
That's because you wasn't asked to ride with us. You was told.
I smell like a stall ain't been cleaned out in a month. I smell like that because you had me tied up there about as long.
You'd be smelling worse if we'd done what someone was arguing for.
Granted. I was in with a bad lot. I'm trying to make amends, if I can.
You don't know the half.
I do know Colm killed Dutch's sweetheart.
And that's the man you chose to ride with. A woman killer.
Well, it was after he killed his brother. And the way I understood it,
Making excuses for the man and his crimes. What kind of trap you leading us into, boy?
Now we go left, road'll take us up and round. Those are the hills. Head for them.
Save your horses. We gotta climb, boys.
You know, you all ain't that different from the O'Driscolls.
What did you just say?
I've been watching you all these weeks, and,
You've been tied to a tree. You don't know nothing about this gang.
Yeah, well, I'd say you don't... You already got the fear of God in me. Yeah, well, I'd say you don't know much about the O'Driscolls. But maybe I know more about you than you know about them. And I know all about them, so...
Tell us then, how are we like those mongrel dogs?
You're outlawed like them? You're out to survive like them? You live rough. You live hard.
Why don't you open your eyes?
Fighting the law, nature. You're out for yourselves.
See? This is why you're an O'Driscoll, O'Driscoll. You're out to survive. We're out to live. Free. Combs a sneak thief and a killer. Dutch is more like a teacher.
Okay, now cut left up here. We go down the hill into the forest.
We're going in quiet, taking them out as we find them, trying not to set things off. But if we do, we move quick and hard. We settle this like we know how, okay?
Okay by me.
With you, Morgan.
All right, then.
Through the trees here.
Whoa!
Hey, we're real close. I'd leave your horses the other side of this clearing.
I'll get my guns off my horse, and I'm ready.
Easy, Bill. Quiet.
Hey, what are you doing?
This is it. The cabin's just the other side of this hill.
Okay. Off your horses. Let's go.
You gonna get them knives?
I said easy.
Whoa. Follow me, all right? It ain't far.
We might have shared a horse, but we ain't friends. Remember, I'm watching you. Every moment.
I ain't gonna shot you now, come on. It'd be suicide.
You'll die, boy. But you'll lose your balls first.
Jesus Christ. Just over the ridge.
Okay, get down.
Cabin's in the clearing down there. There'll be a bunch of fellers hiding out there, too.
Are these fellas armed?
Armed? Drunk? Wary of strangers, yup.
And Colm O'Driscoll?
He'll be holed up in his cabin. Be passed out, booze blind, likely as not.
Hey, over there. Someone's coming.
So, who's gonna tell him we ain't got nothing for the pot?
Oh, let me think. The fella that spooked the game, I reckon.
I'm gonna drain it. I'll catch up.
No, we ain't gonna fall for that. We're gonna wait so you can tell him yourself. Yeah. If anyone's actually gonna shoot the messenger, it'd be that mean son of a bitch.
Yes, sir.
Come on, shake it off.
Well, you showed up. I didn't.
Come on. What are we doing about the pisser, Morgan? One by the tree. You want me to take him?
A knife.
Dude. I was so close, but it didn't happen. Wow, what a surprise.
Now stay here. Don't you damn move.
Guns in the camp! Look out!
Yes, they know we're here. Let's go.
It's on! We move quick, we move hard!
You weren't lying, that little toad!
We caught him on the drink!
None of them get out of here! still here?
He said he'd be hiding in the cabin.
I'm gonna check it. Search out here. Make sure we ain't missed anything.
Arthur, we gotta. Hey.
He doesn't know what every street.
Oh, wow.
Arthur, we got a hat.
You got supplies.
We got a
you
hat.
this bastard.
Message.
Give it up.
A very secret message.
Give me some of that Irish gold.
Really surprised you
You
can't
said
loot
you was
around.
looking for coal.
Oh,
Oh,
they didn't hear our whole joke.
You all right?
No, it's good reading.
Yeah,
It's good reading.
yeah,
You're right.
that was good. Oh, they didn't hear that whole joke you did. You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Wait, let's do it again.
All right.
He ain't here. You set us up. Come here!
What?
You set us up.
No, I didn't.
You did. Colm O'Driscoll ain't here!
He was here, I swear. If I was setting you up, I wouldn't have saved your life. It's a good point, Arthur.
Hey, you might be bald too.
All
if
right,
you're watching
then, go
right
on.
now
Get
and
out
you're
of
bald,
here.
put a
Hey,
1 in chat.
I won't kill
You know
you.
what's
I
great
didn't
if you're
set you
bald?
up.
Get lost.
Hiding
Get
it
lost.
so people can't make
Let
fun of you.
you run away.
And
Now
we
go!
made the
Get out of
perfect
here.
product
That's as good as
just for
killing me.
that. It's
Out there,
called
without
a
you,
hat.
Homo just was gonna lose his mind about this.
God.
So?
So I'm one of you now.
Oh my.
Give me a break.
Look at this, dude.
All right,
Look
then.
At that.
But I'm warning you.
Oh, I know.
This is my
Come on, let's
first
get to
day in
camp.
second grade.
So you got the cash then?
What cash?
Yeah, there's usually some cash
Wow, look at
in
you
the
now,
chimney.
I'll check it.
uh,
Rest of you boys, get to camp quick.
I don't
See,
know,
Arthur?
like,
Yeah, I ain't so bad.
Hey,
guys.
Bill.
I feel
You
like
tell
I-
Dutch old
you know
Kieran
how
ain't worth
I
killing.
always wear my hat
Just yet.
sideways.
Right you are.
Who said now kiss?
I don't want to do that.
I'm bald. I'm getting the hat. Hell yeah. Yeah, in all seriousness, the servers are down. But you know what is up?
What? You go.
That's what's up.
Which sounds-
But you know what else is up?
What?
Our merch website. If you want to go to it right now, why the heck did you put Asmongold's picture all big?
Well, they wanted to make sure people, they got the. There it is.
What the heck?
Do we still have the brown one for the hoodie?
No, so basically for this one, we decided to just do the basics. We kept
Okay.
it nice and simple. It's just going to be the basics. We got the OTK hoodie.
Yeah.
We got the same shirt. Do you get it?
Yes, I'm fully aware of.
Because you wear the same shirt. And then we got the hat. So this is the first time that we've ever done a merch drop. We wanted to do it around the Race to World first. You guys can actually go there right now, and you can grab the first ever OTK merch. It's just the basics. That's what we decided to do for this first one. And in the future, we're going to get real crazy. We're going to have Asmon wearing things with straps. And
Oh, with the spikes on them, huh?
yeah, but that's in the
Okay,
future.
that's good.
So get the basics while you can before they run out. You guys can run on over to that merch site and take a look. And I personally am really excited about the hats. I always wanted to have a hat.
Oh, wow. Well, look at that. A dream come true. Isn't that amazing, isn't it? Yep. Wow. And we are about 1 hour away. Guys, we are... What?
Look at the description they put on the store.
It may not be a crown, but at least it will hide your bald spot. What the?
At
This
least you
is
got
our
something
official
tucked
merch?
away.
This is actually real.
Who did this? Are you kidding me? Sinak! Nothing. Nothing.
But yeah, guys, if you want to check that out, you can go ahead right now before the servers are live. You can run on over to that merch website. It's actually pretty cool. It's
Yo, my
pretty-
hair looks like shit in that picture. Can we go back and look at that picture?
Wait, can we go to the picture?
Yeah, I want to look at myself.
Oh my God! Look at that. So like, look at the front, man.
Can I tell you something funny?
Oh, it looks like dog shit. Yeah, go ahead.
That's Photoshop.
Wait, really? It was even worse?
That's an edited picture to make you look
Oh
good.
my
We
God.
spent so much money on that picture,
Oh
dude.
my God.
That's a professional grade Photoshop.
That's the best it can get. That's as good as it gets, guys. Right there.
Dude, Tips, how much did we spend on that picture? No, how much did we spend for real? No, all jokes aside. $3,000. We actually spent $3,000. Why do you look like that?
Laugh it up.
Oh, man.
Laugh it up, boys.
Why the heck did we spend $3,000 on that? Please buy the merch.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah, we need
Christ.
merch, dude. There it is. Yeah, there you guys go. Same shirt.
All right.
Throughout the rest of your wardrobe, this is the only shirt that you'll need. What about the hoodie? What's the description for the hoodie? I want to see that.
Yep.
This is the first time we ever seen it.
Basically the opposite.
What the fuck? Oh my. Okay, that's great. Yeah, wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so this is, yeah, we're very serious org.
People are already tweeting out that they bought it. Holy shit. Yo, Nate Shot. Eat my butt, dude. We're selling merch like hotcakes.
Yeah. Oh my God, I never even knew. Wow, thank you guys. I never knew so many people would want to wear the same shirt. That's crazy.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, that's actually crazy. Thank you guys.
What do we have for food here? We've got these.
They got us carrots and sandwiches.
Okay, so I don't know if I can eat any of this. What
Yeah.
is this here? What do you do with this?
Get it.
Okay, I don't know how to.
Touch every sandwich.
I didn't. I touched literally one sandwich.
I like to touch like really.
What is this? Like, so how do I use?
Just drop broccoli on.
Oh yeah. Let me move that. I actually don't want to be messy. What do I do with what? How do I handle? Is this a roast?
Hey, I gotta ask you a question.
Go ahead.
As you search up on the sandwiches.
Yes.
Did you wash your hands?
Why don't I wash my hands? Why don't I wash my hands? I got clean hands.
Yeah, okay.
Sponsors venom, guys. I got clean hands.
Okay.
That's all.
The only thing cleaner than Asmon's hands is the new OTK merch. So fresh, so clean. You can look like everyone's dream. All you gotta do is consume. Yeah, these guys.
The guy, whenever I went to the store and I bought my food, he said, "This looks like the breakfast of champions." Whenever I got my banana pudding, I got barbecue potato chips and beef jerky. I'm like, hell yeah.
You know what I realized?
What?
It is actually really good.
What?
Putting canned tuna fish on crackers. And I realized that it's basically just cat food.
Oh, good. So you're used to that.
Yeah, I used to eat a lot of cat food. You know that.
Yes.
But I never put it on crackers because I didn't have the money for crackers. And I don't want to put cat food on crackers because I think it tastes really good.
I wonder if you went to like a really expensive restaurant and you had like the chef play a prank on the people and you gave them cat food, if they would pretend like it was delicious.
I think it would.
That would be such a good.
Everybody
Gordon
in chat's
Ramsay
like,
needs to
what,
do
what,
that.
what? I used to be.
That sounds like a great idea.
I used to be like kind of like homeless.
Yeah.
And, like really poor. So I used to eat a lot of cat food. But if you put anything on a cracker, it's good. And think about it. Beef tartare. Basically cat
That's
food.
nasty. That's like raw food.
But it's so good. But I'm telling you, you put it on a cracker, and it's good.
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna eat that. That's nasty. There's
Raw tuna. Basically
I
cat
don't
food.
eat raw food, man. I eat burnt food. Like I like my steaks well. I'm not about that. I'm not about that life at all.
Have you ever had sushi?
No.
Have you never tried it?
No, I don't need to.
Why not?
Why? I know I don't like to eat poop. I don't need to go try to eat poop.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Because you just look at it, you don't like it. You just know you don't like it. It's simple. There's no way I'm gonna
like, I never. Here's the thing.
It is in
People have
giving
tried so
that
hard
we
to give
receive
shit
the
money.
true
Bro.
gifts of life
How's
that are
that horse
eternal.
doing?
I guarantee
I got space for you if you need stabling.
So give generously.
They're trying to
for
get
that
the
is what
world's
this
first
country
kill.
needs to help
So you
each
really?
other.
No, I'm not doing it. Like I'm literally not doing it.
You think
like,
this is just a
okay? Got a hypothetical.
If I said right now, if it takes the top 5 guilds to get down Blood Shrieker,
Yeah.
more than that's his name, right?
No,
It's
Please
not. What's
be
his name?
generous.
Shriekwing. I forget, dude.
Be
Every time I look at
generous.
that, I'm like,
Help
"We're done."
people.
Actually,
Try
they
to do
turned out
what
to
you
be.
can.
It's better to equip yourself and
When we
not
actually do
need
it,
it than the other way
I said
around.
right now, if it takes the first
Please
guild to
give
kill
money
it,
to the
more than
orphans.
50 pulls, you actually think, and Asmund will shake his head, you actually think that
Remember,
the guild
it's better to
who's
give
potentially going to get
than
first,
to
roll
receive.
first with sandbag just to make you shake your head.
No, probably not. Probably not. But like, I
Excellent
don't want
choice,
to make.
sir.
The thing is that like, whenever I said that it wasn't a Scourge expansion, and
You can
it's
tell
like,
the
this is
difference with
still a
these
point of
additions.
contention with my screen, and I don't want to have another one of these. Because like, what
I
if
think
they,
you should do it.
What if they pull
Goes well
and
with
then
the
they
saddle.
reset the boss? Does that count
We're
as a wipe?
collecting for an
Like, you know, like,
orphanage
because
in
if
Saint
I
Denis.
guarantee you
Please
somebody will
give
fucking
if you
say that. And one of these times, I'm gonna get called
You
out
can't
on
have
it,
too
and,
much
like,
with
what
you
if
out in the
lantern's
wilderness.
bugged out? What if the lantern automatically explodes? And then they do 5. The next thing you know, I'll be eating sushi. Like, I'm not gonna let that happen. I know what the. What you think Blizzard's? You think Blizzard's delaying maintenance for 8 hours
I do all
just so
I
they
can
can have a
manage.
party
Are you
at the
doing all
office?
you can?
No, they're trying to get the game to work. And what do you
Use
think
your-
the chances are of it actually working? I don't
Use
know.
your strength
Probably like 5%.
to help the weak.
Good doing business with you.
Okay. Then, well, I don't know. Just hypothetical.
It's better to equip yourself and not need it than the other way around.
If I ate it and I
You
liked
can't
it,
have too much with you out in the
I did
wilderness.
something that I didn't want to do and I did it anyway and I did like it.
Every OTK meeting.
True.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's just. Yeah. Got it.
Give more.
Time though. They're always a good time though.
Please.
You want me to leave my house, dude?
Prove we ain't
Oh,
a land of
what,
savages.
dude?
We're
I gotta
here for
I
each
gotta
other.
get a pizza on the way over there.
Here's the
then.
thing. You know how you always come with the pizzas?
Yeah.
Good saddle will go a real long way.
I wanted to
Trust
surprise
me.
you with it next week. It's called
Okay.
East Side Pies. Have you ever had it?
Nope.
It is in
Fantastic.
giving
It is absolutely
that we
delicious.
receive
Rich
the
loved it.
true
You must be a
gifts of life
connoisseur.
that are
Next
eternal.
OTK meeting, don't come with anything. We're gonna get you a nice East Side
So
pizza.
give generously.
New York style, you
For
know.
that is what
Brooklyn.
this country needs
All right,
to
all
help
Bada bing,
each
bada
other.
boom, and
Okay. Yeah. It sounds good. I'm down for that. I'll try that. Sure. Yeah. I'll see.
I don't have a New York accent.
Not really.
Let's try and help
sometimes
each other.
you get into it. Like every once in a while, you'll
It's
say
not
a
You
about
word.
heard it, because I get mad.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you hear me get mad, it's bad.
You just like friggin' Philippe's, and then you got like the like certain words, like you say cab instead of taxi.
Ain't no
That
one knows
is
horses
crazy.
better than
You're
me.
like, let me get a cab, and I'm like,
Please be
what do you mean a cab? You mean David, who's
generous.
just gonna come pick you up and
Help
drive you
people.
I'm
around?
convinced
because you gave
horses
do
love
what you
that.
can.
$13.
Yeah, I say cab. I
A
don't think
cab.
Who says cab in 2020?
It's like, oh, you know,
What is a cab? I don't think I've ever seen
Please
a cab
give
before.
money to the
I have
orphans.
in 80s movies.
Remember,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you
What
know,
is this, Lethal
Bruce
It's
Lewis
better
has
to
got to go
give
catch a cab.
than to
Oh
receive.
God, I'm gonna go get the cab so I can meet up with Donnie Glover or whatever. Like, yeah, Danny Glover.
Thanks
Yeah,
for your
that's what it
business.
is.
you're like running into the cab and you're rushing and like
Yeah.
you're like holding some of your stuff.
Always.
And then like you,
All
you
of a
throw
sudden
your
Always ride
suitcase
in
in the back and
style.
you're like,
Let's make
get me
this
to the
country a
airport right
brotherhood
now.
of
And then
man.
you just hand the guy like
So give
a
what you
Benjamin
can.
and he just
Yeah.
fucking floors
in
it
it
to the
together.
airport.
But because you're rushing
Yeah.
so much,
Can be
the
one.
sleeve
Enjoy.
of your sweatshirt actually gets stuck in the cab door. And then you go, oh no, I need a brand new hoodie. Where could I possibly buy it? And you go to the OTK merch shop and you buy the new, clean, fresh hoodie. It won't get stuck in cab doors unless
Because
you have user
Collecting for
error.
an orphanage in
Yeah,
Saint
it's your
Denis.
fault if it gets
Please
stuck.
give
It's your
if you
fault.
can.
You have to buy another.
How convenient. Yeah, how convenient that is. I don't know, like, I feel like I'm excited to be brought up. Like, I just
Big
what
deal
you-
for us.
It is a big deal. Like, I want to say, guys, just, like, we've been in Oregon now. Like, I feel
Are
like
you
it's
really
been
gonna
like
fuck
6
with
months, or it's been like 8 months or something like that.
No, you're like,
I want
wait,
to talk to you.
That's right. Yeah, you guys are doing the actual.
Hey,
But yeah,
This here's
this
the
has
kind
been.
soul I was telling you about.
It's been only a few
The one
months
that gave
we've
you the
been north.
medicine when the snake got you.
Guess so.
Listen, friend, I
Yeah,
know I
I
can
bet-
never
to pay you, but
I've been doing market research.
How about
I've
you
been,
head
I've
over
been
to the
re- I've been
gunsmith
researching all the fights.
and
I've been
pick out
looking at
your
all the
choice
ways
of item
not to do them.
All right,
on
what are the
my
mechanics on
tab.
Shriekwing?
Basically, you have to get behind
Yeah,
the door
seemed
whenever
like
she
the
does
least
the
I
shriek.
could
You have
do.
to move out with echolocation.
With him being
you also
set
have to have
straight
the
from the
lantern
Almighty
carry it around
saved my
the room,
life.
and
Yeah.
if it's
Better
not being
outside
carried around,
told me
then
I
it's a
could
7-yard
grab
radius.
something on his
There's
tab.
debuff, which
One with the
relies
Biden
on
leg.
location modules
Ah,
to move
Norbert,
around
huh? Well,
whenever during phase
he's good
2
for
and
it.
also phase
About all
1.
he's good
Then
for
on top
between
of
the
that,
two of
there's
us.
a tank swap
Well,
that
take a look
takes
around.
tank attack
Find
and
something you
tank
like,
swap for.
I'll put it on his
Also,
tab.
on top of that, you have the large shriek that she does for the entire raid, which then, if you don't LOS, spawns Sanguine Inker throughout the entire fight on the ground. And then also, if you don't have the Lantern debuff, you cannot see the circles. And if you do have the Lantern debuff, it deals damage to you. So you have to rotate the Lantern debuff back and forth. And if the player is holding the Lantern size goes up to all the way up to 14 yards. And then on top of that, if you get the Lantern hit by one of the explosions that Shriekring does, it shatters the Lantern, causing raid-wide damage to the entire raid.
Wrong.
Hey,
Huntsman.
Could you do it without the cue card now?
There's no fucking cue card.
You're
Look, you can
reading.
see the look. You see? Do you see any cue card, guys? You see any cue card? I got the no cue card. I just know it.
What did that show?
The reflection. Welcome to science.
Damn.
Wait, let me see if that actually works.
Yeah, it does.
Wait, let me see if that actually works. That's actually a really good idea.
Can I ask you a question?
Wait. I want to try this reflection trick. Okay, so you just turn off the phone and then you go like this. Oh wait. Oh, that's the OTK Twitter. You can follow it right now. While you're doing it, you could actually enter in the giveaway as well. We're giving away a 3090. All you got to do is follow some social medias. Follow the OTK social medias. It helps us out a whole bunch. You can follow us individually too as well. I think it gives you extra entries. Man, I guess the reflection trick didn't work, but I'm going to be completely transparent. We want you to enter the giveaway.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's true.
And
Very
this,
true.
This is no ordinary 3090. This 3090 has been marked in ancient OTK
drew a dick on it.
hieroglyphics.
Asmund drew a dick on the which we can't show on stream because then we would be off running into the sunset on horseback with our buddy Forzen on a nice vacation.
Was the question you had, Tips?
No questions. Oh yeah, I did have a question for you. Where do you buy our merch again?
On the OTK website. You can go through there on the OTK Twitter and just check it out right there and take a look at our merch. It's our first drop ever, so we're pretty excited for it, and it's great to finally be able to do this.
Fine choice. I'll let him know. Bye now.
I have never. Well, Rich and I actually did do merch quite a while ago.
We did, and Asmund he didn't tell anyone about it.
Nice.
So I still have a bunch of Turtle Made It to the Water
Oh,
t-shirts.
I think Izzy wants one of those. Yeah, I think actually Izzy was one of the Trollmancer one of those.
Really? Maybe. Doesn't she want the new stuff?
I think Turtle Made It to the Water is code for,
Wait, Preach just messaged me. He said, "You talking shit about my chia head." Well, Captain Smoothhead sits next to you. At least get him a hat. Oh man, we weren't talking
Let the
shit.
clerk know.
Honestly,
Thanks again.
We weren't talking
Sure.
shit at all. The only shit that we were talking about is not dropping the shit in the wrong spot when we actually do get on over to Shriekings. We gotta make sure that we drop those sanguine pulls in the right place. Otherwise, you're gonna run out of room on that boss fight. And speaking of pulls, I gotta say, look at how fantastic this is actually. Thank you to everybody on OTK for that.
Absolutely. You guys like that logo, by the way? OTK Race to World First Round Table. It's pretty sick. Danny DeVito over there, really enjoying himself. He's been looking at us for a long time.
He makes the face
playing Sire Denathrius. Rich was playing a deranged, out of business host. He was being himself, and he did a fantastic job. It was really, really fun. And
method acting.
That's what we tell ourselves. Otherwise, don't want to confront that reality. But
Arthur, dumbass! Roll out the red carpet. Arthur's back.
Yeah. So anyway,
man, that really hurt my ears. Hearing you guys say that. Hearing you guys say that about me, it really hurt my ears. It was like an ear-splitting shriek. Speaking of those, that's going to be something that we need to pay a lot of attention to as we get into the first boss.
Let's talk about the second one. We talked a lot about Street Fighter. Let's talk about the second one. Let's talk about.
We don't know what the second one is going to be. It's probably going to be Huntsman.
It's probably going to be Huntsman. Like, because they just. I guess they
Arthur.
Yeah, they nerfed him. That's right.
Dutch?
This guy hangs out
O'Shea?
with more
Well,
creatures than
feels like we are
someone
finally getting back on our feet.
You find a buyer for them bombs we stole?
Not yet, but Jose is working on it.
Might even turn out
When we heading west?
easy or not. So Huntsman
Soon?
is one of those fights that if you have people
I don't
fucking
know.
Up, it wipes the raid.
Feels
So
like
he does his
things have
what do we
changed.
call it? Let's see here.
The whole
We'll
world's
scroll-
changed.
Yeah, why don't we scroll all the way down to the
They don't want folk
cameras
like
and
us
talk
no
a little
more.
bit about that, and I can talk
We're
about
being
all that
hunted.
stuff.
We are smarter than them.
dogs.
Only
You
the
gotta kill all
feeblest of
three.
men take
Pretty simple.
jobs in the
And,
government.
throughout the fight, he shares health with the
I
dogs,
hope
you
so.
just cleave down the
Trust
first
Dutch,
and the
Mr.
third
Morgan.
one. You don't cleave down
You
the
have to.
second
They
one.
got
The
Micah!
reason for that is he's spawned
Dutch!
the Rift Soul, and
Arthur!
the Rift Soul runs
What's going on?
They got Micah. He's been arrested for murder. He was in Strawberry.
It's okay, son. Breathe.
It's a wipe, okay? If it gets to the
They
boss,
nearly
it's
lynched
fucking
me.
wipe. And so
They-
on top of that,
They
let's
got
see.
Micah and the
Let's go
sheriffs
ahead
in
and scroll
Strawberry.
down a little bit
And
to
there's
where
talk
we
of
see the
hanging 'em.
mechanics.
Here's
So
open.
Sin Seeker
Arthur,
Pacific, the way
what?
that works is it
The
does
fool
it
brought
on
this on himself.
split
You know my feelings about him,
I
Dutch.
think I can't see past his bluster to the heart inside. He is a fine man.
No, I ain't saving that fool.
I can't go. My face will be all over West Elizabeth. I am asking. He would do it for you.
I don't think he would, but fine, all right. Arthur. You okay, Lenny?
Yeah, of course I'm okay.
You don't seem okay.
You take that kid into town. Valentine, not Strawberry. Get him drunk. And Arthur, no crazy business.
I've given that up.
And you get Micah out of that jail.
If you have one mistake happen, somebody stands in front of the beam and
Come on, son.
That's an
I'll
instant
get
wipe.
to it,
And then on
Dutch.
top of
Just
that, you
can't
got
drop
one of the,
everything.
let's see, the third ad. Yeah, can we go down to where the mythic part is? I remember that.
Okay, boy.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that. I'm fully aware. Yeah, there we go. So these are the empowerments here. So basically, yeah, these are the Sin Seeker empowerments. And,
Let's
empowerments
go
are
if we
deal
going.
additional
I'm
high
beat.
physical damage to the way enemies hit. So this phase 1, you basically have to just split the damage. Again, this is very simple, and this is the same mechanic that we saw with, what's it called? That one boss, the Abyssal Behemoth in Eternal Palace, where you have to stack in front of them and soak the damage. Now, I think that later on in the tier, and especially with certain different types of,
Yeah, good one, Tips.
Yeah,
and honestly, for no particular reason, I do want to say, we do have an account, by the way. I do want to say, you know, when you do look at this one with this raid for no particular reason.
Why aren't we moving, Arthur?
I'm curious if this is going to be just the American Express, if they're going to be able to really take that one-day advantage and just slide on through to a victory.
Well, I mean, they've got they've got in a way the home field advantage, right? They were the ones that won last time, and so not only are they going in with the day advantage, but they're also going in with the advantage of already being number 1 and having the most amount of infrastructure. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's probably favored Millimit to win. Let's be honest, probably favored.
People are spamming in the chat.
What are they saying?
They're saying 11th guild, 11th guild. We still haven't announced it. Are we ready to? Could you give me a thumbs up if we're ready to, Tips? We don't have a graphic.
Are we going for this drink then?
Back in 2006, when they were the world first raiders, Asmon had hair. And they didn't have graphics. because it.
Yeah. Did they hear it?
I don't think
Did they hear
heard
that?
it. Tips, I feel
Here,
like
can
you
I hear
should.
it? Let me see.
Let's clear comms for Tips. Let's let Tips actually give the announcements. I think they heard.
No, I don't think they heard. I don't think so. But I'll let them hear now, loud and clear. Guys.
Let's go, Arthur.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Asmongold had hair. And Rich had self-esteem.
And a job.
Yes, and self-awareness. But...
Never had that.
Also true. But also, a long, long time ago, a legendary guild once graced the beautiful sand dunes of Duratar. They climbed their way to infamy by penetrating the smooth slit of Cthulhu in AQ40, the ice slit. They rose to legend status when they were the first guild in the world
Let's go.
to kill the one and only Lich Kel'Thuzad. And for 2 additional expansions, they dominated the world first scene.
Good.
After a long hiatus, where their guild leader slumbered, hibernated, waited for his moment. In the Emerald Dream, that is right. Xavius himself awoke this young man, who is probably in his mid-30s now. And he told him, rise.
Hey, well, what are you waiting
rise
for?
again. For the beasts in Azeroth crave a challenge. And the young man looked directly into Xavius' eyes and said, Vanilla was actually harder because of many reasons, okay? Vanilla WoW raiding was much more challenging than this retail WoW bullshit. So I'm gonna come back to retail WoW, and I'm gonna fuck these bosses up because my name is Kongen! Kongen and the remainder of Nihilum will be covered during the OTK Race to World First Round table as Guild number 11. That's right. There it is, boys.
How long did you practice
There it is.
that? How long did
Really
you
good.
practice?
I watched a lot of Kongen streams. Really, really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I am extremely impressed. Listen, yeah,
That was insanity.
Dude, whenever I first heard that we were gonna be covering them as well, I was so excited because, I mean, think about Nihilum. I mean, this is like one of the original guilds, and they're coming back literally.
Well, why did you stop?
16 years later to compete. That is awesome.
No
man.
idea how it's gonna go, right?
I don't know
I think it's gonna be fun to watch, regardless of what their actual results are. I think it's definitely gonna be fun to watch, and it's cool to see. And this is one of the things I mentioned at the very beginning of the day. You have comeback stories. You have comeback stories. You have guilds trying to redeem themselves. You have guilds now with fresh starts. You have returning guilds who have already shown the results.
Yeah.
I think the only unknowns that we have are
Why
are
you
there any
stopped?
new players coming up? Because it's hard to see that beforehand. But we have literally every other storyline that you could possibly expect to see.
It's a lot, man. I mean, Nihilum coming back to raid and try to go for world first, that's insane, man. Like, I didn't even know, like, and I remember they came and they did BRF, and they got a pretty decent rating with BRF. So we could actually see something crazy like that happen again today. I mean, we'll see. How do you guys think they're going to do? I'm actually curious. Yeah, how do you guys think they're going to do? How's this going to go, man?
Yeah, I am curious to see
What is
everybody
it?
in chat saying last, bad, awful.
A lot of them top 500, top 50, maybe. I think honestly, like, you know, going from being kind of, you know, they haven't really taken it very seriously for quite a while, and then coming and getting top 50, I think that'd be an accomplishment in and itself. Do you want to go full screen here since we're not really looking at the bosses anymore? And we can just kind of chill and wait for just a little bit more until the raid actually comes out. So we have a little bit less than 40 minutes now. A little bit less than 40 minutes until we actually see people.
Something spooked your horse?
Allegedly.
Yeah,
oh, that actually, yes, that is very true. We'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, and I mean, for us, I mean, this is great.
Yeah.
If they don't put it out for a little while, we get to hang out more. We got some stuff planned that we could actually do.
Yep.
And Tips will let us know when we can actually start to do some of that stuff. I mean, here's basically just so if you're curious, here's basically how the show is going to go. We're going to get in. We're going to take a look at all the guilds. We're going to move through. We're going to watch everybody actually take their first attempts. We're going to watch all of the fights, and then we'll switch around. We'll show you all the 11 guilds that are competing. They're actively pulling. Obviously, today, the big focus is going to be on those North American guilds. Every time a boss dies, we blindfold Asmongold. He beats the shit out of the pinata, and loot pops out. Inside of those pinatas are very valuable items. So you have to balance hitting the pinata hard and not breaking the items inside.
Ooh, I don't want to break them.
Even if you do break the items, we're still sending them away to people in chat.
Oh, that costs extra.
All of the loot is getting sent out to a random person in chat to make sure you're following the stream. I'm not sure. What'd you say? Yeah, don't show the backside.
I'm like, that looks like a weird boss. When did they add him?
Yeah, wait, turn the
Yeah, this is from BRF.
Yo,
I never get hit by trains, by the way.
Yo, Train, how you doing? Nice to be on our show.
Yeah, there it is. So we've got streaming right there, and then that's also the Stone General. We've got all this stuff.
I rode as fast as I could. Didn't stop for nothing.
And yeah, just have a little bit of fun. I think that's all it really comes down to, man. I feel like the first pinata we're gonna be doing is gonna be pretty quick, though.
Yeah, you look like you've been through it.
We haven't signed it.
I'm beat. We finally get off that mountain, then this. Micah's got a crazy side offer.
That's a lot of.
What were you boys doing?
Okay, wow.
You're supposed to be scouting ahead for.
I kept asking him what we was doing, but he was, you worry too much, kid. Just some business to attend to, kid. You know how he is.
Yes, I do.
He was half soaked before we even got there. Then we ran into some fellas. One of them Micah knew, drank some more. And this is supposed to be a dry town we're in, too.
Then he shoots one of them. I know how that goes.
Couldn't even tell you quite how. Happened like the strike for match. The pub was on us fast, too. They was ready to strangle me up there and then. But I got away, just about.
You're all right now. We'll take care of it.
So you're gonna go get him? I'll come with you.
No, you leave it to me. For now, let's drink something. Forget about Micah.
It was drink that started all this.
We'll just have a couple. Settle you down, then head back, okay?
Okay.
Now,
of the race right here.
I should warn you.
We have the race.
Me and a couple of the other boys, we got in a bit of a fight last time we was here.
What kind of fight?
Oh, nothing big. No, we kept it clean. We're all good.
If you say so, Arthur.
It's solid gold. 24 karat solid gold.
Wow.
Wow.
That's incredible. I can't believe it.
Ancient pharaoh gold.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's valuable.
We gotta take it seriously, guys. What can I say? We only have the best here at OTK.
We worked very hard on
yeah
getting the ancient tombs gold.
Yeah, I mean, we had to I had to talk to the government and go through the
Hey, can we rob this pyramid?
Yeah, of course.
We're streamers.
Just real quick. Yeah, we're streamers. We're just doing it for content. It's not real. Yeah, nothing we do is real. It's completely fine.
Yeah, scripted.
Yeah, of course. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like the trophy and everything, this is like a whole new level. This is a whole new level for the world's first race. I mean,
for us, yeah. I mean, been in existence for 2 months.
Yeah.
Here
Already
we are.
sitting on the side right now. You can't see everybody, but we got 4 people working tirelessly right now to actually make sure that nothing breaks. And yeah, I mean, I couldn't be more excited to jump in, get to see some of the stuff that's actually going on right now in the raid, but also some of the events that we actually plan that you don't even know about.
Oh, good. I
Like, you
can't
see that camera over there?
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
You know where that camera's for?
No.
It's gonna be really So we got some surprises actually set up.
No reservations whatsoever.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And I also am really excited to do that. Hey, usually how it's gonna go is it's gonna be today. We might even do it.
Just one or two, right off?
Of course, just a drink. John. Can we get a couple beers, please?
I don't want no trouble.
You'll get none from me. I was defending myself.
Tommy,
He'll be fine. Here, have one for yourself.
Thank you. Micah seemed to know a lot of people. That was the problem.
How you mean?
Oh, good. You're gonna
I mean, I done seen a lot of crazy stuff, but Micah...
A lot of crazy stuff. Will you shut up? Will you shut up? Be quiet, buddy. Oh, they're dullard. My lord. You men is dull.
Leave this fool alone.
Leave the fool alone. People been leaving me alone for the last 10 years. Listen, buddy. You're a charming fellow. One of the best.
I have no doubt.
But me and the kid here, we're trying to talk business, so could you possibly leave us alone? No offense intended. Ain't no pleasing some folks.
Which one?
Just trying to be friendly.
Oh, thank God. I'm so glad that we have that. Yeah, of course.
Oh,
look at that. What is it? Oh my, wow, this is incredible. Guys, somebody wrote this.
That's great, pardon. Lenny, where are you?
Oh, yeah, I know. So you got Jenny right there and everyone. Who else do we have there? You got me passed out on the floor, I guess. And what the? This is
Lenny?
really good. And then there's
Lenny, where are you? Lenny!
S-Fan.
Hey, Lenny!
Where's horses?
You know which way my friend
Oh, the
went?
horse. Yeah, I see it.
someone
Okay,
else
yeah,
about
now I see it. That's great. Yeah, some of the
Hey,
articles
you
guys
see my
do
friend
really
anywhere?
good. Like, I
Wouldn't
always
know.
Wait, why I'm crying?
Seen that fella I was with?
Oh my God.
I've no idea.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Found my friend. You know where he went?
You all right there, Slugger? I think your friend went upstairs.
Bring it back. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, I bet he was. No, we honestly, yesterday's stream, like that so
Lenny?
Get out!
Sorry.
I think that's one of the best
The only time servers are up.
Oh,
See,
shit.
I told you, dude. All you gotta do is react instantly. Deletes all the time.
All right, boys.
We're actually gonna jump
time?
in right now, and we're gonna see some guilds get
right.
ready for their first pulls.
It's up.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's go to
What
work.
are you doing, kid?
we've already seen
Hello,
full-on heroic, and this raid looks like it might be more challenging.
I don't know.
It is time to get our first look at Mythic Castle Match for the first time ever. Okay? It's to take a look at 11 guilds, try to see who's going to be able to and I can't wait to see how quickly Treequid is going to
That's the thing, you see.
I'm excited
Is
too,
it-
honestly. I want to know how fast
Lenny?
they're going to go into it. And just see what
Lenny?
people get out of their boxes.
Wait, watch me. Now. What shit, ain't you? Oh, come on. Are you in here, Lenny?
Oh my God, that's going to be such a huge difference.
You know, I feel like this is one of
Leave the kid alone, you goddamn animals.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Nobody. I'm talking to nobody.
What did you say?
What?
I said, what did you say?
Buddy.
Shut up, mister.
Get a
Yeah.
weapon that is huge.
Shut
Also,
your
the other thing you
mouth,
gotta keep in mind,
mister.
This is what it is. Not getting instant. Players are gonna have to make their legendaries first. A lot of the top tier players have not made their legendaries. Not because they didn't cap out on Soul Ash every single week, but because they were frightful that it might have actually gotten nerfed. And that was one of the reasons as well.
Lenny! You
That it actually
bastard!
want to make their legendaries good just to
Lenny!
Exactly. So a lot of these
Maybe you
guilds
should switch
actually
to
went
water, my friend.
and did heroic, no legendaries at all. Because look, you get double grass tax. It's very
There
obvious
you
that
are, Lenny.
legendaries are going
How
to
many of you
decent
have,
amount of power, and these raids are designed around the idea that you will have a legendary, some legendary inside. So these guilds, basically, it's like Brock Lee. I know it's like Brock Lee during the tuning exam when he finally takes off those.
Lenny, where are you hiding now?
They're gonna be crafting their legendary. They're gonna jump in and have that extra boost of
us a weapon.
Damn it, Danny, stop slumping off on me!
What? I ain't Lenny.
Oh, that's a 226 trinket. That is big, dude. Oh, that's big.
So it actually links to the well. I wonder if he clicked on it with the camera as well. I wonder if he clicked on it. Look at all the people.
Look at that. That's insane. Oh, all right. I want to see some more box openings. I feel like we're watching a Rich Campbell stream. Let's see some more box openings. Yeah, let's go. I love this.
Not you again?
Yeah, so we're going to be hopping around trying to take a few different
Wait, that's
boxes.
a warrior. Why is he in the raid? What guild is this?
This is BDGG.
All right, they're taking some risks. I like it.
You know, we'll see how good that warrior is. You know, you're starting to talk about classes already. What classes are you expecting to see a lot of when we actually touch down into the raid?
Me, I'm expecting to see a lot of Moonkins and Hunters. They've got a lot of they've got great damage, even though they got nerfed. Maybe they're not going to be quite as good as they were, but I still think that based off of their utility and what they can offer to the raid, I still think they're going to be probably some of the top classes.
You know what else
maybe
is
also DKs.
Shadow Priest.
Shadow Priest is good as well. Very, very good. Can we see another one that's opening up boxes? I want to see boxes. I want to go open up my box, man. I want to see what's in my box. I bet I'm going to get a weapon in my box. 100%.
What the fuck is this?
You want to open your box?
There's no way I don't get a weapon in my box.
Do you think people want to see your box more than
Bro, how did I get all the way down here?
That's why we're not doing my box. All right.
There we go. Now we're actually going to jump on with Midwinter. We're going to see if they're going to be opening a box here really quick. So the boxes, this is the first time that we're opening boxes. So the boxes are all located in your different.
Yeah, they're all in your class little hall. Or actually, wait, actually, no, they're not. They're all in the.
They're all in. I thought that they were all in the ring.
They're in Orbos.
So this guy's actually turning in his renown and everything right now.
Yeah. Do we want to move on maybe to somebody else? This guy's lagging. Not really sure what that is.
Yeah. So we basically we have some.
Maybe he is about to go over.
Wait, he's going to open it. Stay on it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I want to see his box. Let's see boxes. Big boxes.
Big boy diamonds. Big boy diamonds. So basically, guys, you're starting to see what we have set up here. It's actually loaded up into a high-tech machine. All of the different streams, and we're going to be jumping through every single one. It's a little bit tricky to actually do something like who's opening a box right now.
Stay out of my way.
And to see everybody opening.
Look
boxes.
out!
So
He's about to go to the box.
He's going to the box.
What's in the box?
Hands up, chat.
What's in the box? Come on, man. Get to the box.
Man.
Wait, is it lagging?
That's probably him on the server.
Oh
that's
my
not us.
God, that's not. Yeah, I know that's not us at all. Come on, man.
Twitch
Open
was
the
actually-
open the box. Open the box. What is in your box?
He's opening. He's opening.
What?
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Satchel of mat. Okay, that's a cloak. All right, that's big. That's big. Trinket.
Every single person's gotten a trinket so far. Wait, he got double trinkets though.
Wait, you get 226s? I thought you only. I got. Shit.
What level mythic did you have to do for that? 7?
14. I thought
14.
Oh, man,
Oh,
I should have
yeah.
done a 14. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna get 200. I got 3 duelist boxes, so I'm good to go.
Wait, so what would the different item levels actually be now? So if your highest was like, it scales up with each one, and then 14 is the highest?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. Okay, so some of these guys are already getting 226 gear. I thought duelists went all the way up to 226. Maybe I'm wrong about that. All right, you want to, let's look at another box, man. Do we have any more boxes?
You're fiending for loot right now.
I want to see a weapon, man. I've got to see a weapon.
So I'm loading up chat right now.
Yeah, it's okay. Like
My
I
one phone
want to
died.
I want to see the. Man, imagine if somebody in like Limit or Echo gets a weapon. Oh my god.
How many people in chat got weapons? World servers down?
World servers.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's
it's
rushing
insane.
in to get their boxes. Yeah, I mean.
What if you got your box, the world server went down, then it reset it, you get 2 items? That'd be crazy.
That's like pulling double foil Dragonites. I love opening boxes too,
yeah.
Asman.
Yeah, these boxes, like this is real. This is real, man. Like Pokemon cards are fake, but you talk about a WoW weapon, that's real.
That's forever.
That's
dude.
real.
That's forever.
Yeah, you transmog.
Until